this computer. Okay. Well, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to session 8 of our new campaign, Ravenloft, Vanity's Bloodsong. Ravenloft is the D&D classic horror setting, and as such, this campaign will include themes of horror. You have been warned. That said, we do like to keep things PG-13 around here. And now let us introduce our players and their characters, starting with JT.
Hey everybody, I'm JT. I play Anduriel, the vampire cleric of Naylock. Naylock being the god of death, the god of shadows, the god of vengeance, all spooky things. Now, a hobby for Anduriel. What is Anduriel's hobby when he's not out hunting the undead and just generally being super attractive and super awesome? Anduriel is old. He is a vampire, and so he has become a bit of a collector. Anduriel likes collecting weapons. He likes collecting information, collecting different items from around on his travels. So he's a collector as his hobby.
Very nice.
My name is Tommy, and I play Odelia, who is a cleric of the water goddess Moiris, and also a wee bit barbarian. Odelia, in her spare time, teaches a self-defense class for children in the church community where she lives.
Like it. That's beautiful. That reminds me of the whole Mulan thing. Sorry, John. Just reminds me of the Mulan, like, go disembowel your playmates or something. Anyway, please continue.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm John. I play Thora Mikitas, druid of Finhafara, the goddess of all things natural, but mostly Mother Earth. You know, the good stuff. Hobbit. Habit. Hobby. Talk for a living.
His hobby is hobbits?
I think you just made an accidental conjunction of habit and hobby into hobbit.
Yeah.
I like it.
Is that what hobbits are? No. But Thora's habit. It's actually come up on stream if you guys have watched previous episodes. Thora is a chess whiz.
Very nice.
Cool.
Very
This is
interesting.
true.
And that might come in handy at some point during the campaign. I'm not saying when.
At some point, who knows?
But it could definitely come in handy.
That's actually really funny, because if you built chess mechanics in, I have actually been teaching myself like master strats, so that'll be weird.
Well, it will be, or it will be killer interesting, one of the two. And
I'm
now
not good though. Don't worry.
Not well. I mean, but now you've spoken up, so I mean, don't we have to, use what we can? Yeah. So that will be fun. And now, my friends, for a brief recap. Cue the creepy music. In our last game, the Hallowed Council had tea with the Baroness Barba Negra. They discovered it was her husband who had been writing various planner powers, begging them for help. And they engaged the Baroness in some lovely discussion and a round of what you might call two truths and a lie. And there was some question as to what were the lies and what were the truth. We're still not quite sure of everything she said, but one of the things that she did say was that the source of the curse of Port Revalria that turns everyone into vampires in the town at night, once midnight strikes, was laid at the feet of Madame Desteria, who is a Vistani seer that lives within Port Revalria and is also a bit of a figure of mystery. So going to visit Madame Desteria, the party allowed her to do a reading of the cards for them to guide them on their way. And that reading seemed to indicate that it was the fault of the Baroness Barba Negra herself. So we had the Baroness pointing at Madame Desteria and possibly Madame Desteria pointing at the Baroness. And that led us to decide to leave the tent, at which point Madame Desteria kind of revealed her true colors and decided to attack. There was an interruption in the process of that reading. Someone who claimed that Madame Desteria, or at least the tent itself, was a source of danger. And a history check was made to determine that the other Vistana who entered the tent was in fact not speaking directly about Madame Desteria, because according to Vistani tradition, once someone has been expelled from the tribe, called a task, once someone has been expelled from a task, they're dead to the tribe and they no longer exist. And the Vistani are forbidden to even mention them again. And so having revealed that and deciding to leave, Madame Desteria attacked us. And therefore, we will now be engaging in pitched battle with Madame Desteria. And so I hope everybody has their game face on, because in as much as we were all role play last time, it is go time in Madame Desteria's little area. And so cue the battle music.
That rhymed. I don't know if you knew that.
It was really beautiful, Matt.
It might
Madame
have.
Desteria's area.
Yeah, Madame Desteria's area. You might get dysentery. No, okay, we're done. That was too much. Okay. Alrighty. So
Don't give in to hysteria.
oh my gosh, it's getting bad. Okay.
We can start anytime, I dare you.
Go ahead,
I'm
John.
trying to think of a rhyme, but I can't think of any because I'm bad at rhymes.
Well, maybe you don't care. Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
We do it.
somebody stop, because Poinkus is probably going to be vomiting as he listens. He's like, please skip the first 5 minutes. Alrighty. As the lights in the
Hey, we're
tent,
cool, man.
you are cool. You are beating it cool. Snaps for your
Poink.
rhymes tonight.
Poinketh, watch as we attempt to rhyme an entire D&D session.
Yeah. All right.
Sure.
If we can bury you. And anyway, moving on. Okay. Sorry. I'll stop. I promise. I stop. Okay. As the lights in the tent go out, darkness swallows you all. And the only thing that you can see are 2 pinpricks of red light glowing slightly in the darkness, the telltale sign of the undead. The tent flaps, serving as an entrance, have magically woven themselves together, and then a cold voice whispers from out of the darkness all around you. You should have done as you were told. Meddling little priests, your gods hold no sway here. Your blood will be my sacrifice. And now, roll for initiative.
I don't know why I always lose initiative on the sheet. I was like, where'd you go?
I don't know why I even roll.
What are we looking at here, guys?
Found it.
8.
Oh, Delia. Okay, then. Anduriel. You're muted, JT. Which, under other circumstances, might be pleasant, but for
Yeah,
the
no,
game-
that's probably best.
yeah,
8? Serious?
yeah. She got an 8.
You get 5 with half your level. Dang,
No,
Tom.
I have a +6 to initiative, but I rolled a friggin' 2.
That
I
is
don't
not funny.
understand why
I am
you're
not-
acting surprised by this.
I am not laughing. I got 28.
All right.
Ooh, I got 28.
It's like John rolling an insight check. I'm just good.
It's true. It's true. I have very few skills, but of them, I am very good. I got a 21 total.
All right. Very nice. And all of those are beautiful compared to Madame Desteria's 30. As for initiative, I rolled a natural 20. My apologies. My apologies, and my compliments to the cook.
Well,
So-
I guess, see you later, guys. It sounds like this is going to be a wipe. We'll talk later.
Yeah, there's a lot of disappearing John tonight. You don't want anyone else to disappear tonight. We will excuse Ben. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. We'll excuse Ben, who unfortunately is on a business trip and is pretending like his internet. His hotel internet does not work. So
Oh
we
my
will.
gosh. Hotel
We will.
internet.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, you're telling me. Yeah. So we will excuse him, and then we will have Madame Desteria take her turn. But first, let me go ahead and share the battleground with you. Boom, shakalaka. And moving the adventure over. And I am to share screen. All right. Basic screen 2, but sharing the sound. Go gadget share screen.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Alrighty.
This hasn't happened in a bit, so it's
Top.
nice to be back.
Top notch. What?
And there it goes.
All right.
I'd say.
And
I do.
Ariel.
Yeah.
Odelia. Mr. Thora. And everybody's favorite Dragonborn who's about to get knocked out, Morokhan. All right, can everyone see where your position is in the battle?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All righty. Well, it is pitch black and the lights go out, but you do see something glowing suddenly in the darkness. The tarot deck or Taroka deck that Madame Desteria was using to divine your futures or seek out information for you is now glowing on top of the table, and that is the only thing you see in the darkness. And then you hear a voice come out of the darkness and say, "Pick a card from my dark deck of fate." And then the Taroka deck flies off, and she is going to make a will attack as each of you is presented with a card. So we will start with Anduriel. What is your will?
And Duriel gives his card to Morokhan.
Anduriel,
No. My
if
will's
you make your
25.
will check, I'll let you do that.
All right, 25.
All right, she needs a 10 to hit you. And she rolls a 2 with a 12.
Yeah.
Anduriel, a card flies out of the deck in front of you, and you feel the compulsion to reach out and grab it. But you manage to fight that mental urge off. And now, Odelia. Odelia does a 22 beat your whip.
Yes, it do.
Odelia, unfortunately, you walk forward and you draw a card from her deck. Go ahead and roll 1d6 if you would, please.
Three.
All right, Odelia, you pull a card out of the deck that looks like a bunch of people trapped behind some kind of bars with their arms flailing through the bars and looks of insanity and violence on their face, clawing over each other as though trying to escape. And you realize that you have drawn the card of madness. Odelia, you begin to laugh maniacally, and you take ongoing psychic damage 10, and you have to make a melee basic attack against yourself.
Frick. That's awful.
Go for it, Odelia.
This is madness.
Ah, I rolled an 18. So
Oh.
yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, Odelia begins laughing maniacally right before she stabs herself with her lance or her harpoon.
The harpoon.
How much damage does Odelia do to Odelia?
Melee basic attack. 1d10 plus 9. Ugh. And I rolled a 10 on the damage, so that would be max damage of 19.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Well, right now she's bleeding. I don't
No,
know.
this is not good.
Okay, Odelia, you will
Oh,
still get
gosh.
your turn, of course, but at the beginning of your turn, it's going to be 10 points of psychic damage and another attack against Odelia. But that won't take your attack action.
Do I get to save?
You will get to save at the end of your first turn, and hopefully you'll break the enchantment.
Super.
And now for
still
Thora.
alive.
Mr. Thora, does a 27 beat your will?
By 1.
Oh, boogers. Anything you can do about that?
No.
Well, sir, roll the 1d6 if you would, please, as Thora is compelled to walk forward and draw a card from the table.
That is a 4.
Thora, you pull out a card from her deck, and it is a traditional fool with a lovely red fool's cap with 2 prongs and bells on the end of it, unnaturally thin, as though he might be fey, with long, gangly limbs. Thora, you pull the fool card, and you move involuntarily close to Anduriel and make a melee basic attack against him.
That's a 16 on the die, plus 12 is a 28.
Does that hit your AC?
It does, yep.
It's been a while since I've checked this. I don't use my staff very often.
You don't, but I should have given you.
Real low on the die, 3 points of damage.
All right, lucky for you, Thora's melee basic does not include his fist. So you, my friend, are spared, shall we say. Okay. However, you and Thora, because you drew the fool card, both fall prone. So he comes dangling and bouncing over to you, swings for you, and Anduriel, you deftly dodge, barely like, what is going on? And then you dodge, but unfortunately, he falls over on you and manages somehow to knock both of you to the ground. And that is the effect. Now, Morokhan, she hits Morokhan with the whammy, and he draws a card that has the face of a skull on it. And Morokhan stops breathing and falls over onto the ground. And for all intents and purposes, it appears that Morokhan is dead for the moment. We'll see what happens later on. And that is Madame Desteria's turn. The illumination from her deck managed to show her still standing behind the table. But that illumination has now faded, except for the cards that are floating around Thora and Odelia's heads. And Madame Desteria is once again in perpetual, or in absolute darkness. And now, that would be her turn. It would be Anduriel.
So we cannot see her, huh?
You are in pitch blackness except for Tommy's or Odelia's square and Thora's square, which are illuminated by the card.
Do we have any?
Morokhan does. Hey, Ben.
And I'm on the ground.
You are prone on the ground with Thora like halfway on top of you.
So if I stand up, I can do that in the dark, right?
Yes, you can, successfully.
Okay, cool.
You have any words for Thora as you get up, or do you just shove him off you?
I just shove him off. It's it's kind of intense, right?
Don't kick him while he's down. I got it.
Valid.
No. Okay, and then I would like to. So was I sitting on the chair?
You had all stood up at that point because you were leaving, remember?
Okay, so I can't move closer to the table.
Of course you can. You're just moving in the dark.
Hold on.
Don't stub your toesies on those chairs.
Don't stub my toesies.
That's the biggest worry right now, because toesy damage, I mean.
Okay, well, I'm going to
Take out a level 1 player.
Burst. Attack there. If I hit the chair with the Leviathan's Tooth, will that hit the lady behind the desk? I mean, it'll hit everybody.
1, 2, 3. The Leviathan's Tooth is a burst 3, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. No, not if you hit the chair. You'd have to hit the table.
But I have to move to hit the table.
You do, unfortunately.
Well, being blind, I don't know.
You can attack blind. You just take a -5 to the attack.
Okay. I'm going to try.
You could do something more defensive, or you can, I don't know, put a pole up Morokhan's back.
I'm going to ready an action.
Okay.
Because I can't see. I'm going to ready an attack for if I get attacked, I'm going to. It'll trigger my attack. Do I have to tell you what it is?
Well, I am the dungeon master, so that's good for me to know. But you can
but
just
you're also killing us right now, so
Yeah.
I have a hard time.
Well, I am kind of the enemy. I mean, I can see why you'd want to conceal information.
I'm gonna try domineering gaze if I get attacked.
Okay, good plan. Alrighty, so your plan is as soon as you get attacked to look into Madame Desteria's eyes and try to mess with her head, which is not a terrible idea. Alrighty, that is Anduriel's turn. Readied. Thora, it is your turn, my friend.
Okay. Is this like a saves? Like, is there any added effect from the nasty card?
Well, not as of yet. You just need to make an attack against Anduriel at the beginning of your turn.
Great. Come back, die. That's a 2.
All right. So Anduriel, it's not even really an intentional attack. Just poor bumbling Thora, while he's trying to get up, just accidentally like kicks out and almost like knocks you over. But you definitely managed to dodge out of the way. Thora, my friend, it is now your turn.
Okay. Thora's irritated.
Fair.
But he's also intelligent.
Yes.
I'm going to, as a minor action, cast Knack for Success. Tommy, you can make a save.
Go for it.
Well done.
Ooh, do I get to add anything to it?
Nope.
It's a 10.
That's all you needed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Odelia, you had the card of madness over you, but Thora shouts out something to you, and you realize on his advice, ooh, go for the card. And you skewer her Taroka card with your harpoon, and then take your Hellfire Lance and use it to shred the card in half between the two. And all of a sudden, the card's magic fades, and your square is left alone in darkness. And you realize you are no longer feeling like a mad woman, and you're not giggling like crazy.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I was going to ask if I could keep it skewered on the end of my harpoon like a little lantern.
No,
but
because
I would rather have the magic gone out of it.
The magic of the card is undone, so it no longer gives off illumination, unfortunately. Thora, that is a what action is that?
That is a minor.
All right, you still have a standard and a move, but you're on the floor.
For my standard, let's just eliminate the back half of the room, shall we?
Alrighty.
I would like, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 1, 2. So from, I'm not sure what letter it is.
All right.
But on line 10, I want to basically bisect the table, 4 on each side.
All right. From line 10 with Wall of Thorns, or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you get 8 squares, right?
Yep.
And you want to cover Madame Desteria in that?
Where she was, I want to just kind of eliminate that. Well, what I was thinking is, like on line 10, from left to right, just one straight line.
Okay. Gotcha. Of 8 squares.
Got it.
Alrighty. When you said you wanted to bisect the table, I thought you were intending to thorn it in half. But
no.
I guess she's not going through the back curtain quickly.
Yep, that was the plan.
All right, and we will behind text.
It's a smart plan, John.
I like it. We'll take it. Not sure what did that. There we go. Bada bing. There is a wall of thorns with 8 squares as Thora casts his spell, and thorns rip up through the ground, tearing up some of Madame Desteria's carpets, and writhing, and vines reach around and grab her. and she hisses as those vines come in contact. What will be the effect of that wall of thorns?
Oh, well, if she's in it,
And she is.
she takes 1d10 plus 4 damage, ongoing 5 save ends, and it costs 3 extra squares of movement to move through the wall.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage on her.
Not great. I rolled, oh wait, that's a d20. Why'd I roll a d20?
I like the moxie though. Like, yeah, D20 damage.
I think I was expecting to need to hit. I'm so used to like all effects being like, don't save, you have to roll to hit, that I was like, okay.
Yep.
That's way better. That's an 8 on the die for 12 points of damage.
Righty. And given that she has no plant resistance of any kind, and most people don't, the vines wrap up around her wrists, and thorns sink into her arms, and one of them wraps around her and begins to rip up the robe that she's wearing. And I will now reveal a little picture of Madame Desteria to you. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
That's artwork by our fabulous Dragonborn artist, Benjamin Combs. That is Madame Desteria, who seems a little bit menacing, and we'll talk about her appearance once you can see her a little bit better. Alrighty. And that was Thora's turn. Standard, you still have a move. You can stay on the floor, you're gonna crawl, you're gonna...
I'll get up.
Okay. Thora, you stand up. Thora, correct me if I'm wrong. You still have the Flute of the World Serpent, correct?
No. Morocon has that.
All right. Good to know. Very good to know. All righty.
Can I make that save, by the way?
Yes, you can. Please make that save if you would, please.
That is an 11.
All right. Thora, you managed to shake off the card of the Fool, which is a good thing, because had you not done so, you would have fallen down at the end of your turn, which would not have been fun. So, Thora, you shake that off, and how do you destroy the card?
I think the entire time, scarabs have been attempting to get to the card, and one finally did. Okay.
So, little beetles have been leaping off of your body, maybe made up of your shoes or your sleeve or your finger, who knows, and they leap off you, but one of them finally lands on the card and just begins to devour the card, and the glow fades and you are in pitch darkness. And that is Thora's turn. Odelia.
Odelia jumps up onto the table to get within one of Madame Desteria.
All right, make an athletics check if you would, please.
I can't just use my movement.
Oh, you can, but you're making a climb check to jump.
It's a tall table.
I just don't want to roll for things. I'm really
just don't roll a 1 and you'll be fine.
Can I do acrobatics?
You absolutely can.
All right, so that's an 18.
All right, Odelia, you pole vault across the table in the darkness, but still manage to land on that table right in front of Madame Desteria, and you kind of can feel her physical presence in the darkness along with the writhing of Thora's vines.
And I cast Hail Burst.
Okay, get her.
Whoa, now.
It's a burst attack, so you're not going to have to worry about the -5.
And that was a natural 19, so that's a 34.
Oh, that's a nice whack to it.
Boom.
All right, give us some damage.
14 damage, and she is weakened until the end of my next turn.
Ooh. Alrighty.
And I just, as I'm calling forth this hail, I just say, Moiras, I don't even know if you can hear me, but help us in this godforsaken place.
Okay, all of a sudden, the crack of thunder peals inside the tent. A little cloud forms overhead, briefly lighting up the tent with flashes of lightning, and hail begins to pelt down in enormous stones. And you hear Madame Desteria like, like as she is struck, she begins to screech in rage at being trapped by these thorns, and also being, well, kind of just pelted with hail and weakened. Alrighty. And
This is gonna
that
be a
was
scary
Odelia's
position to
turn.
be in.
Still have a minor, Odelia, if you want to do anything else.
I am going to cast Bless
Okay.
upon these lovely allies of mine.
Okay. So, Odelia, the rain from your storm is pelting her, and you're like, well, while there's a cloud, what does she say as she casts her Bless?
She says, "Oh, boys, I've got a wee boosty for you."
And a gentle rain falls down through the tent. As it falls down, Madame Desteria hisses as it makes contact with her, but the two of you feel all of a sudden like you have a +1 to everything. It's really kind of great.
I do like wee boosties.
A wee boosty. Okay. Now, that would be the end of Odelia's turn, unless she is doing an action point.
Not this time.
All right. So, back at the top, it is Madame Desteria's turn again. Does she take any damage from starting her turn in the wall?
Yes.
How much would that be?
So she takes 5 from the ongoing, and since she started her turn in the wall, she takes that 1d10 again.
Get her.
Oh, that this d10's giving me goodness. That is a 9 plus 4 for 13.
Very nice. All right.
He doesn't deal a ton of damage, but a lot of it just kind of compounds.
Okay, that's
All right.
pretty good
So,
for vine
Odelia,
damage.
you're standing right next to this wall. So you can hear that Madame Desteria, you can hear that the vines are constricting. You can just hear this, the sound of creaking wood, and Madame Desteria's hissing sounds, and you can tell the vines are at work and she's caught in front of you. However, it is her turn now after she's taken that damage. Odelia, unfortunately, you can't provoke an attack of opportunity from somebody who can't see you. So she is going to take 3 squares of movement, and she is going to teleport out of the tent. No, she's not.
Disappear. Magic.
Miyaji, no. She is going to, wrong campaign, Gerald. She is going to take 3 squares of movement and 2 more and crawl around you, Odelia. And Odelia, it's almost like a wisp of shadow. Like the air stirs as it brushes past you. And then
Odelia just kind of flails around with her harpoon. It doesn't make any contact. It's just like that, like cobwebby feeling when you're like, oh, something is here.
Okay. Odelia, she comes around, you're flailing her. She catches your harpoon in her hand with an unholy strength. And you feel her breath on your neck. And it smells like death and rot. And it's the foul stench of rotting flesh. And she says, I will have your blood and your good fortune. And she goes to bite you. Odelia, she is using her fortune-draining bite. Does a 30 beat your AC, Odelia?
Oh.
Let's look that up for a second. Yes, it does.
All right. Odelia, Madame lucky you. I rolled a 1 and a 2 on the die. So, Odelia, you only take 13 points of damage. However, as Madame Desteria begins to draw the blood from Odelia's neck, you can feel that she is drawing something else out of you too. And you all of a sudden feel like an absolute failure. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to use my halfling luck to interrupt this attack.
Alrighty.
It's my second chance. It's an immediate interrupt. I spend a healing surge and force her to reroll.
Very nice. All right, let's see if she hits you again. Odelia, does a 31 hit your AC?
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry.
You're not sorry. You're even pretend.
I am so sorry. Ask Poinketh, don't I look sorry to you? Come on now. Back me up, Poink. Back me up.
Don't do it.
That'll be enough out of the peanut gallery, Gerald.
Don't do it.
She sinks her fangs into you and begins draining your blood. And she also drains out your good fortune. Until you make a save, Odelia, for as long as it persists, you have to make 2 rolls on the die 20 and take the lower, and she gets to make 2 rolls on the die 20 and take the higher until you break the spell of her bite. And that would be Madame Desteria's turn.
On attacks, did you say?
On every roll of the die 20, no matter what it is.
Oh.
Yes, until you save, you must roll twice. Unless, of course, someone manages to free you somehow from her fortune-draining bite. She also drains some of your blood, and as usually happens when a vampire drains blood, she gets herself some hit points back. And that is Madame Desteria's turn. And now it would be Anduriel in darkness.
Did he hear her say that to Odelia?
Oh yeah, she's not hiding.
Okay. Methinks I shall try Taste of Life.
Okay. Where are you gonna go?
Great and blows.
I'm going to move right behind her between the 2 chairs.
Alrighty.
Nope. There we go.
All right.
No, right between the 2 chairs.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Or out of the tent. I don't need this in my life.
All right. Anduriel teleports
here.
out of the tent. Thora and Odelia, you are left alone with a dead Morrow. All right.
Peace out, everyone. I'm sure the dragon has this. Goodbye.
Got it. It's gonna wake up any second.
Any moment, you'll be all right. Okay. This is versus Fortitude. That's 18. That is 29.
That is a hit.
All right. I'm going to invoke Blood Drinker. No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yes, I am. I'm going to do Blood Drinker as well. So let me add the dice. It's 9. Ooh, that's 18. That is 22 points of damage.
All right. 22. Now, you rolled a 29. Did you subtract 5 from your roll because you are effectively blinded?
Oh, I did not take 5 from my roll. So 24.
But it's not 24 because of Odelia's blessing, is it?
25.
And we're flanking.
And you are also flanking, but you can't see to flank, unfortunately.
Oh.
However, because of Odelia's blessing, you got exactly what you needed to hit.
Oh, good. So good.
22 points of damage. So you're using Blood Drinker on her?
That's how I got the extra juice on that one.
All right, what
So
do
we're
you
just like making a vampire chain. She's got her teeth in my neck, and you've got your teeth in her neck.
Do I detect a little
slumber party?
He's like, Taste, do I detect a bit of halfling in this?
He's like, oh, that's what Odelia's blood tastes like.
This has hints of Odelia.
This
Yeah,
is all getting real creepy.
Yeah.
So no, he hears, and he's just sneaks along in the dark, and he kind of feels around and feels up on her shoulder, grabs her, and then just launches in and bites.
I gotcha. So he's like, is that you? Is that you? All right. So Anduriel, you sink your fangs into her neck as she sinks her fangs into Odelia, which is quite the visual. She hisses and reaches around and swats at you, and she says, "You pathetic vampire spawn, whelp." And she says, "Who created you? Some gutter trash of necromantic ritual." As she flails, and you hear pain in her voice, but so much vitality. She just does not seem fazed by the fact that you have not only done that damage, but that you have your fangs sunk into her neck. You're used to that phasing, people. It does not seem to have shaken her one bit. If anything,
She's cool
she
with
sounds insulted.
Oh, okay.
Still gonna minor.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'd like to use a minor action to do healing word
On whom?
on Odelia.
You can't see her.
Oh, that's right. And I suppose I can't do that.
If you were to
well-
move adjacent to her, you could lay your hands on her and then it wouldn't matter, but you're not.
Well, it's a close burst. It's a close burst.
It is, but you can't target anybody.
I don't know
You
which way.
can't see
I don't
her.
know which way to burst it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Okay. I am going to use my action point
Oh,
and try to hit her with Swarm of Shadows.
well, that's a little called for, probably.
Since she's being a bit saucy.
All right.
Now, is there still a minus to this one because I'm like biting her, so I know where she's at?
You have her in front of you, but you still can't quite see her. So I'll tell you what I will do for you. Since you just bit her, I will go ahead and make it a -2 instead of a -5.
Okay. This is versus Fortitude. 17 on the dice.
So that's 16, but really, so it's a 16 with Odelia's blessing.
With the bonus, it's a vampire attack, so 16 is 27.
Versus what?
Fortitude.
That is a hit, my friend.
Yes.
Woo.
That was an awesome. Sorry, Ben's not here. I had to go. That is 20 points of damage.
Ooh, that could have been better, but it could have been worse.
That could have been much better, but that's all right.
Okay.
It's a hit, but also the effect is she takes that damage plus ongoing 5 till
Right.
it ends, and I teleport to a square and I am invisible till end.
All right.
So I'm going to teleport right next to her and be invisible.
Where next to her? Left or right?
Left.
All right. There you go. You have teleported to the left of her. Swarm of Shadows is a blast, right?
It is a close blast 3.
Would you also roll your attack on Tommy then, please?
I will do that.
Rude.
I get a minus on this one as well, right?
You do. You can't see her. Oh,
So
no.
this
I'm
is
sorry. You don't. You don't. This is not a choose a target blast. This is an everything in the radius blast. So you don't get a minus. You just...
But I got a minus to attack on the vampire lady.
because she was blind. All right. I'll give you that same deal I gave you. -2.
-2. All right, Odelia, does a 20 hit your fortitude?
No.
Oh, would
Okay.
a 22? Would a 22 have hit your fortitude?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh. It's good bargaining with the DM there for the modifiers. Makes a difference.
Good job, buddy.
Way to bargain. All right. Describe what happens in the
But-
darkness.
But a miss is still half damage, if I'm being honest with everybody.
I can take it.
Is it half the damage of what I dealt to?
Yes.
I can't remember what that was.
It was
that
20. So Adelia, you take
10.
10 points of damage as Anduriel accidentally bites you.
My swarm gets a little large. I'm sorry.
So he goes teleporting all over the place, which is how this works, flashing in and out. And Madame Desteria goes, oh, and then all of a sudden, Odelia, you feel something bite your arm.
Ow! What is happening here? She got more than one mouth.
It was that lady vampire. She's totally out of control.
I can feel her already on my neck. Is that you?
She has sharp nails. I'm sorry.
You can't see who bit you in the dark. Oh, she's everywhere. Oh, like, oh, jerk. Okay. Terrible lady vampire. Okay, that was Anduriel's turn, using his action point, which I will mark. And now, Mr. Thora, it is your turn, my friend. You cannot see anything.
No, but do I know she's there?
You actually are not really sure that she's there. All you hear is a bunch of tussle on top of the table, and it's multiple people. And apparently multiple biting.
Just one person biting. I'm being very nice.
Let me do math really quick. All of my stuff is area of effect.
Yes, it is, which is quite useful for fighting in the darkness, but not useful for fighting in the darkness when your friends are in melee with a vampire.
True.
With another vampire.
Dookie, I have like one thing, but it's gonna hurt.
Who? I mean, we're trying to hurt her.
Who is it going to hurt?
Because he doesn't know where anyone is.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my other plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna move over to Marocon and grab the flute.
Oh, not a terrible plan. All right, so Thora, you are fumbling in the dark, but it's quite easy. Because you can see where Marocon. Oh, sorry, I made you chunky there. And after all that work, yeah. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
I
So
miss old John back when.
Yeah,
he
I
was
know.
bigger.
After all that work losing weight, I made you chunky again for no reason on the part. You slide over to Morocon and start fumbling around, and you manage to lay hold of the flute because it's in his pack, which is where you saw him put it.
Okay. Does that count as my action?
That is a move, and yeah, that's probably going to count as your action, fumbling around in the dark.
Okay. That is fine. For my minor, yeah, I'm gonna prep a seed of healing.
Okay. All right, so you lay a hold of the flute and you prep a seed of healing. Now, that is Thora's turn. It is Miss Odelia. You successfully lay a hold of Morocon's flute in the dark, and you feel the power of it surge into you.
Okay. I am going to call out again for Moiras' help.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my channel divinity. Crashing of the waves.
All right, let's make a knowledge religion check and see if you can pierce the veil.
Oh, it's not an attack. I'm terrible at religion.
Yes, but remember
what am I remembering?
the effect of divine power is muffled here on this island.
No. Dirty 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
Odelia, you managed to successfully channel divinity. It's hard and you barely pull it off. But as you call out to Moiras, you feel power trickle through your holy symbol and you just concentrate like, I believe. And your holy symbol flares with blue light, which momentarily illuminates just you and Enduriel and her.
Yes.
So
No, I'm invisible.
Odelia will call this wave. It's a close burst 2, starting from Odelia and just pushes. Or let's see. I'm trying to think if I can
place her.
Can she
anywhere
have
you want
the
in the
wave? So I can move her to anywhere in the square's power range. So I want the wave to push her. I don't like it might have to be diagonally since
but it's
since
not a
I'm
wave,
between her
it's
and
a
I want to push her back
it's a
into the wall of
whirlpool.
thorns.
And because it's a whirlpool, you can put her anywhere you want.
I want to put her back in the wall of thorns.
You absolutely can do that.
That's my plan.
Okay. So Odelia,
And she's knocked prone and dazed.
all right, is that the square you want her in, or do you want her back where she was?
I want her to the one to the left there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Odelia, what do you shout out as you channel divinity?
I say, you can't stop our gods from doing their good works here.
Okay. The effect is rather miraculous, to say the least, as ocean water rises up off the floor from out of nowhere and begins spinning in a circle and moving all around us. So Anduriel, you're like the salt water all over the place, and Madame Desteria is kind of like and she gives a mighty shriek, and as she is launched, and Thora, you can hear the thud and you hear the crack of wood as your vines constrict against her. Now, what happens to her, Thora, since she entered the wall? Anything?
She takes another 1d10 damage.
Oh.
Oh.
This die just keeps counting up. 8, 9, 10 on die.
Woo!
Plus 4, 14.
Alrighty, and you need that. Okay. Okay. Now I'll tell you what is disturbing to you, Odelia. In the flash of the light from your holy symbol, you catch a picture of her. And she's been wounded multiple times, but she just looks so strong to you still. And her wounds don't seem to be slowing her down and don't seem to be bothering her. As this whirlpool of water rises up out of nowhere, she claws onto the table, literally, and her nails leaves furrows in the table as the wave throws her into the vines. And as the vines come in at her, she rips one of them in two with her bare hands, even as others wrap up and grab her. She just looks like she is not giving any sign of stopping, which would imply that she has quite a few hit points left still. That being said, that was Odelia's standard. You still have a...
She is prone. Yeah,
Okay.
Just remember, she is prone and dazed until the end of my next turn.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All righty. Excellent, Odelia. Very nice. Now, you still have a minor action. Anything you're going to do?
Nope.
Okay. I'm not going to use your action point yet.
But I am going to hop down off the table.
Okay.
And move down into the square right I'm pointing at the thing like you can see right above the chair, so right above where Morokan is. So I'm out of direct melee but still close.
Right there or up here?
Oh, yeah, that one.
Okay.
Right there.
There we go.
Nope, up over. Back where you were.
Back here.
Yeah, one up, one over. Just right where you were. Yep, perfect.
There we go. Okay. So you are standing right next to the wall. There's no penalty for standing next to the wall, is there, John?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to go in the wall, but I want to stay close.
Okay. All right. Madame Desteria takes 5 more points of damage because she is in the wall. Correct, John?
Yep. And she started her turn.
Yes, she did.
For another 10 total, with a 6 on die.
Okay.
And there's 5 damage from Swarm of Shadows till save ends.
We are just like...
There will be at the start of her
this
turn.
This is a sandwich.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was her turn already.
Oh,
Nope.
I thought it was too.
Nope. We are still on Odelia's turn. She's just taking damage still. Alrighty. Now it is her turn, and she will take 10 points of damage from the ongoing damage. So, yeah, it is ripping her flesh quite a bit, but she shows no sign of stopping so far. Okay, and that would be Odelia's turn. She's not using her action point yet. All right.
Wait, actually, you know what? I do want to use my action point.
Okay.
Wait, are either of you guys damaged?
No.
No? Okay, I'm going to save
Nope.
it then.
Okay. Odelia, you didn't have to attack because that was an effect power for you, but you are still cursed with misfortune. Make a save and see if you can shake it off.
Please.
You have to make 2, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, man, I rolled a 16. And a 3.
Okay, so Odelia, you're like, yes, I can feel it draining out of me, and then it rises back up in you again, and you're like, you feel doomed to failure. Like anything you do is just going to be a total disaster. And now it is Madame Desteria's turn. She takes that 10 points of damage from the wall and the swarm. John, does she also take the 1d10, or is that only when you enter?
That's when you start your turn, which is so I guess yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think about that. That's 4 on die for 8.
Okay. So
Wall of Thorns is scary. I'm
It's
learning this
mean.
more and more.
it's not nice. That's for sure. The wall is just tearing into her and ripping her shreds. She will take 3 squares of movement to crawl out of the wall and crawl up onto the table. And she will also stand up on her turn in front of Anduriel. And she looks straight at you, Anduriel, and you can see those twin red pinpricks of light. And as she and you can smell the foul rot of decay and death on her breath as she approaches you. And so that is her whole turn, is to stand up and to move. She will use her minor action to use she's going to use Servants of Night, and she's going to do it against Odelia. Odelia does a 17 hit your reflex, Odelia?
No.
Okay. Odelia, some kind of flapping, screeching creature flies right past your head, but you duck as you hear it comes by. And you realize that there is something else here in the dark with all of you. And that is the end of Madame Desteria's turn. She will now save against the Swarm of Shadows, which she will do. And she will now also save against the wall, which she also does, being that she has Odelia's good fortune and gets to roll twice. So she is no longer taking that. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I lied. She didn't do any of that. And the reason that she didn't do any of that is because she's dazed until the end of Odelia's next turn and prone.
That's
Gonna ask
right.
if that
Oh,
would stop her
that's
from doing
right.
any of those
So
things.
what she's gonna do instead is use that ability, Servants of Night, and that bat goes flying past you. And then she is going to use Evil Eye of the Vistani. No, that's the only action she gets. My bad. Okay, she's done. Forgot. Sorry, I'm tired tonight. She's dazed, so that's the only action she gets. So she's still stuck in the wall, y'all. Poor her. Big bummer. Anduriel, it is your turn, my friend.
All right, that sounds pretty good.
Now, before you
get-
take your turn, I want all
Okay.
of you, if you would please, to make an intelligence check. Half your level and your intelligence modifier.
It's my modifier here.
Odelia, you have to roll twice,
Ooh,
unfortunately.
nice.
Will this hit me too? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Everyone,
Okay.
you're gonna have to
24.
turn. You have to turn some brains on here, hopefully.
Yeah.
I rolled an 18 and a 4. So
Odelia, you feel like I have the answer, and then you're like, and it's cheese. That can't be right. How is that the end? Like,
That's a natural 17.
oh, okay. So it occurs to Thora and Duriel. Let's see if it occurs to you.
Oh, I got a 24.
Okay. Anduriel, to you and to Thora, as you're sitting here flailing in the darkness to an extent, and realizing that there's now something else in the tent with you, it occurs to you that you just remembered a light source that is within your reach. Morokhan has an amulet, a lovely sunflower brooch that, if it's hit with fire damage, begins to glow. And you remember that you may not have any torches on you or anything like that, but if somebody can muster up some fire somehow, you can set this whole area with light.
Hellfire?
That's fire. You might burn more.
Yeah, too bad it didn't occur to me.
You might, well, yes, but it did occur to your friends, and it's Anduriel's turn. So, Anduriel, I don't know of any fire that you have, but the thought does pop into your head. Wait, we could make light.
I can't light a fire with my sharp wit, unfortunately.
No, your burning hot, saucy comments might sting, but they don't burn literally.
Or perhaps my charming gaze. Okay. That's a no. We just say it, okay? It's fine. I'm going to try domineering gaze on lady in the weeds.
Okay, that's going to be quite the challenge, given that you cannot see her to meet her eye. Oh, wait.
Right.
But you can see her eyes.
If her eyes are open, that's what I need to see, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, here we go. This is versus Will.
Okay.
Will Wheaton.
Don't attack Will Wheaton. His life is hard enough.
Okay, that is not great.
Well, neither was Will Wheaton. I mean, he didn't get invited back to any of those Star Trek movies that they made.
Your mouth.
Oh no, I love Will Wheaton. I just mean his fortune was unfortunate. I love me some Will Wheaton.
Shut up, Wesley.
Yeah, shut up, Wesley.
Favorite meme. So that is a 10 on the dice. That's stupid. That's a 21.
Yeah, that is nowhere near
versus her will.
Yeah, you get nowhere near. You try to make contact with her mind through her eyes, and her will is so formidable that you just can't even get past the feelings of hunger and hatred.
If I added a dice 6, would that even help?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to try it.
Did you add the 1 for less?
Yes, no, did you add the 1?
21.
That's still a miss.
Bitter. Oh. Well, he doesn't know, but he knows that he really wants this to hit. So I'm going to try Memory of 1,000 Lifetimes and see how it goes.
Okay.
That's pretty good. See if I have anything else that can give me a bonus.
What'd you roll there on Memory of 1,000 Lifetimes, bud?
I haven't rolled yet. I'm kind of preparing for
Are you looking for other things?
I'm looking for other bonuses before I roll.
There's got to be a +1 out there somewhere.
Oh, that's a 5. Dang it, 26.
All right. With a 26, you successfully managed to push past. And I'll tell you what happened since you drew on your angelic blood to make this happen. You stare into her eyes and you cannot get past her hunger. So you reach into that part of your core that is made of angel, and your eyes begin to glow from whatever color they normally glow to. They switch to a bright white light, flickering with shadows amidst the light. And it actually moves through the air, and it strikes her in the skull. And you put the whammy on her, and what happens?
I steal a healing surge from
Okay.
her, and then I deal my surge value in necrotic damage. Doing so ends the domination, but I'm okay with that because she's in the weeds.
Okay.
So that's 20 points of damage.
And normally she would resist that necrotic damage, but what feat do you have, Anduriel?
Oh, that's right. Where is it? Not commander's memory, unarmored agility, improved initiative, toughness.
Well, he's got a
Cunning-
nasty little feat that lets him ignore necrotic resistance. It's pretty.
Wow.
So his vampire attacks vampire everybody.
Where is it? Yeah, sorry, I can't find it.
It's somewhere. That's fine. Alrighty. So it ends the domination on her, but at the same time does some nasty damage. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, that's Anduriel's turn. Thora, it is your turn, my friend.
All right. I don't know if you looked at the chat, but John remembered a thing.
You know what? I don't see the chat lighting up, unfortunately.
That's fine. I remember I have holy water.
Oh, that I did see that.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
You do have some water that's holy.
Do I know that she's in the vines?
You do. You can hear the vines constricting around her.
Would I know enough that I'd be able to get up in her face and splash holy water on her?
You absolutely can. I will give you, because she's stuck where she is, I will only make it a -2 and not a -5.
Okay. I don't know what damage holy water does to vampires, but let's go for it. Is this a regular, like a melee basic then?
Yeah, we'll make it a melee basic. Because
Okay.
you're not throwing it, you're like hitting her with it.
Yeah, please don't throw it.
Yeah, no, I won't. In that case,
little friendly fire there.
It's a
with-
real concern.
with the -2 + 1, that is a 21.
That is enough to make contact with her, yes.
Yes.
Cool.
What do I roll?
You, my friend, can roll 2d6 points of damage to start.
To start?
Yes.
That's scary. I rolled a 1 and a 6.
Alrighty then. Altogether, that would be 7 points of damage.
I got wheel and woe here.
All right, so Thora, you're stumbling forward, and Odelia, you feel him go past you, and Duriel, you feel him go past you, and you hear, it sounds like, you're like, does he have a tankard? Like what? And then slosh.
What's
and
going
then
on?
She hisses and begins to take ongoing 5 acid damage from
What a world.
from the poison. She has shaken off the swarm of shadows on her turn, excuse me, and whatnot, and but unfortunately, now she's burning because of the holy fire or holy water that's all over her skin. So she just lets out a as it begins to burn her, and Anduriel, you're like, oh, I know that. I know what that's like. I know what that sound is. Not to mention the fact that Anduriel, you can kind of feel the holy water as it rushes past you, and you're like, ooh, keep it. Like,
Feel a little holy vapor coming. Oh.
yeah, you're like, oh, yeah. You can kind of feel it in the air. It's even having it on her kind of like stings your flesh a little. It just stings you, like a twinge, having it near you. But that would be it. Thora,
No big
that's your
deal.
move. That's your minor. You still have, or your standard. You still have a minor.
Okay, minor.
You could shout out what you know about Moral Khan's holy symbol, but you don't have to.
I will do that for my minor.
Or you
Okay.
could give Anduriel a shout out.
And what do you mean? Like, way to go, vampire number 1. Like,
Anduriel's pretty great. No, he's gonna
Thank
shout
you.
out. He's
Thank
gonna
you.
shout out Marokhan's amulet though. And then I'm going to spend my action point.
oh, alrighty then.
Every adjacent enemy takes 5 poison damage, and me and my allies gain +2 defenses until the end of my next turn.
Very nice. And what is
And-
the actual action?
Well, instead of what usually happens, where like swarms of insects scurry away from him, there's like the scent of like fresh air and like flowering plants. Because instead of an insect attack, he's gonna dump his second holy water on her.
Okay then, why not?
Worked well the first time.
All the holy waters.
Oh, the whole
That's a 19 on the die.
Okay, that's more than enough. Roll 2d6 again.
That's way better. That's a 4 and a 5 for 9.
Alrighty. And another count of ongoing 5 acid damage on her.
Yep.
Okay, this is a
off
very
those, too.
unique circumstance. It feels a lot like Thora's like bartending up there. So Thora's like, wait, there's more! There's more! Like, splash, splash, splash. And she just shrieks as the holy water, she's like, ah! Ah! And she is burning and burning. And Enduriel, the scent of it is really starting to bother you now. You're kind of worried about hitting her because she's soaked, which doesn't look good with anyone's clothes, you know. No matter how buff, well, I don't know if they're really buff, maybe it does, but she's absolutely drenched now, and it's burning her, and she's screaming almost nonsensically. And that was Thora's turn. Miss Odelia.
All right, Odelia is going to let's see here. So would Odelia understand how to activate the holy symbol?
You've seen him do it before. You've watched Morokhan breathe fire onto the amulet.
Okay. I'm just so close to everyone. I hate to light up the Hellfire Lance because then I have to attack all my allies too.
You don't have to do it.
Yeah, I do. It says I have to attack of opportunity allies.
No, I mean you don't have to take advantage of his amulet.
Yeah, no.
It's your turn. If that's not that's not what she would do, then you play Odelia.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about it, but then I was looking at what I would have to do, and I don't think that's a great plan.
I don't think Anduriel would mind, given that you just hit him with Swarm of Shadows. Or he hit you with Swarm of Shadows.
I am not a vindictive person.
Well, you also don't know that he did it. He claimed, oh, she's biting you again. Oh.
She might not have a great intelligence modifier, but she ain't stupid.
That lousy female vampire, she's uncontrollable. She's out.
Yeah, oh, stop her. She
okay,
just keeps biting.
Odelia is going to cast Buffeting Wave. Wait. It says close blast 3. So would I hit
Thora? Yes.
Thora? Oh well, I don't want.
Unless you want to move into the wall of thorns, you're gonna hit Thora.
That's fine.
No, thanks.
But he kind of likes those things, so I don't know.
Yeah, he digs it. He's like, yeah.
I'll live.
He's like, hit me. He keeps waiting to get dropped.
It's like, and even if I die, it's fine.
It'll be fine.
All right. Odelia is going. Can I move through the space where Thora is?
You can move through friendly squares, yes.
Okay. So Odelia is going to go climb back up on the table so that she can get within melee of Madame Desteria.
Okay.
And she is going to light up her Hellfire Rage Lance. And just scream, "We didn't even come here to fight you!" And just try and skewer her as she's caught up in the vines with Howling Strike.
Okay.
Wait, that wasn't it. With a Great Shout.
Oh, okay, great shout. Go for it.
Yeah. So here we go. Natural 20!
Yes! Now roll the other roll.
11?
Plus what?
Plus the attack.
Which is
26. So that's
okay.
26 total.
That is a hit, Miss Odelia. You got her.
Back it up.
No.
You
misunderstood.
Back up.
You misunderstand me. When I said roll twice, I meant because you're cursed.
Oh.
No, but you hit. You still hit.
Fine.
So it's not a 20, but you still hit.
Fine. Let's see here. So we've got 2d10. But nope, 2d10 plus a 1d6. That is 9, 5, 3 is 28.
Oh, that is a lot of damage.
And would this whole misfortune thing count as a dazing or weakening effect on me?
The misfortune, unfortunately, it does not. But you can now make your 2 saves.
All right. So I am taking 6 temporary hit points instead, since that isn't counting. All right. A 7 and an 8.
Oh, that's a double misfortune. But unfortunately for her, you still hit her. Now, what else does it do besides the damage? Doesn't it have another effect or something?
Nope. So the effect is that it either would end a dazing or weakening, or I get 6 temporary hit points.
Gotcha. So you'll take the 6. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So
And
you
also,
go
with the Hellfire Rage. Like, I am just a rage ball. So just Thoris and Andrea, both of you actually, if you provoke an attack of opportunity from me, I have to attack you.
All right.
Yeah.
Careful how you move around Odelia, y'all, because she is a little rage monster right now. Now, on the plus side, Odelia lighting up that Hellfire Rage Lance is providing light out to 3 squares. So it acts like a torch because it's on fire, and you can now see 3 squares around Odelia. And
one very angry little halfling.
And she leaps onto the table, and she screams so powerfully that it chips wood off of the edge of the table, and some of the vines are snapped in half, and Madame Desteria is like in the vines as Odelia stabs down into her chest, which might have killed a normal person, but she is quite clearly not normal. You also get your first really good look at her because of Odelia's torchlight from the lance. And you see that she has kind of shed whatever disguise she was wearing, but she clearly had some kind of a mortal magical disguise, because she now looks exactly like she is in the picture. You can see the fangs, her eyes are glowing red, her skin is a sickly pale without Anduriel's sexy angel mixing it up to make it look all marble-esque. She's obviously undead and was quite clearly hiding it. And that is Odelia's turn, unless she's doing something else. Odelia, will you be using your action point now?
No, not on this one.
Yeah, you might want to wait until you're not cursed, probably. Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, back over to the top. It is Madame Desteria's turn. She is looking wounded, but not quite as badly wounded as you think she should be. She is still just a ball of fury and hate. So the first thing that happens is she takes 10 points of damage from the holy water that is still burning into her. And because of that attack, Thora, she is going to go for you.
That's fine.
Alrighty. Ooh, she's got all kinds of problems with you around her, though.
Yeah, she's still in my thornies.
All right, she is still in your wall.
I will be
All
right
right.
back.
So I'll tell you what Madame Desteria does.
Okay.
It's not a pretty thing, but she's kind of in a bad way and decides to get a little bit mean. Her body explodes into a cloud of vampire bats. Much like you do, Thora, she has now become a swarm. And so there are bats flying all around you, and you watch her body like fall apart into these bats, just like Thora does. And they are flying all around you. Anyone starting their turn in the swarm takes 20 damage and ongoing necrotic 10 while she is in her swarm form. And that was Madame Desteria's turn. She moved her swarm over and has enveloped all of you in it. And she is also going to use her minor action to use Servants of the Night on Thora. So Thora, here's what she does. She rolls a 34 to hit you. And Thora, from this flap, a wolf comes charging in straight at the tent and moves around and goes to bite you. And then it makes a whining noise of some kind. And it looks at Madame Desteria and it looks at you. And for some reason, it refuses to harm you.
Yeah.
You know why it refuses to harm you.
Who's
but
a good doggy?
He's not sure. So it just kind of sits there. And she all of a sudden realizes that you can't compel a wolf to harm a servant of the wolf mother. And the wolf, it stops and it just backs up into the corner of the tent, looking confused. And Madame Desteria doesn't really make a reaction that you can see because she is now a cloud of bats swarming around you. Anduriel, it is your turn, my friend. You start that turn by taking 20 points of swarm damage.
Yeah.
And ongoing necrotic 10, which will...
I resist necrotic.
You 10. Do resist necrotic, so you will ignore that damage, Anduriel, but you do take the 20 as bats go flying around. One of them lands on your head and bites into your scalp. Another one bites into your hand, and another one like rips at your shoulder. They're all over the place. And that is your turn now, Anduriel.
Well, now I'm going to shift away from Odelia because she seems a little on edge.
Okay, that's not a terrible idea.
I don't want to make her angry.
Make that.
And then I'm going to try and attack the swarm with Searing Shadow.
Alrighty.
This is reflex. Now, am I taking a minus to anything because of
what?
Darkness, or is Odelia's thing helping me?
No,
see?
you can see the swarm lit up by Odelia's torch quite easily.
Okay. All right. So what did I roll? 14 plus... This is not a vampire attack, it's a clerical attack, so it's 26.
All right. 26 versus?
Reflex.
That is a hit, my friend.
Sweet. Oh, nice. Okay. 17 points of damage.
Okay. Unfortunately, it is only half of that because she is in swarm form and takes half damage.
And target is blinded. Save ends.
Alrighty.
So that was my move. I used my move to shift, and then that was my action. So I still have a minor. I'm going to do Healing Word.
Not a bad idea.
On myself.
Not a bad idea at all.
Okay.
Alrighty. Very nice. Okay, and that is Anduriel's turn. You are still in the swarm, Anduriel, just FYI.
Yeah, I didn't have enough.
Yeah, I know.
To get out.
She got some juice. Okay, that is Anduriel's turn. Thora, it is your turn, and you take 20 points of swarm damage and ongoing necrotic 10 as multiple Madame Desteria bats attach themselves to you and begin to bite.
Okay. Well, you fight swarms with swarms, am I right?
Well, if I were you, I would want that swarm damage like swarm damage reduction you have. That's what I would want.
Yep. So he melts. He turns into a swarm of scarabs himself.
All right, that's confusing. They're bats and freaking beetles flying. I mean, just like raid.
It's madness.
How are y'all on HP?
Okay.
At the moment, I'm doing fine.
I want to try and give her a reason to exit swarm form, but this is going to be an ouchy one.
Okay.
To everybody, unfortunately.
Just go for it. I can use my action point to give everybody healing.
Okay. I am going to step right into the M then.
Okay.
So I'm dead center in the middle of everything. Oh, and wait. I don't have to do... where's my eraser? And I am going to cast probably my biggest damaging spell, plus it has the best effect on it.
Very nice.
I'm going to go Flurry of Stingers.
Okay.
Ooh, sounds fancy.
Oh boy.
It's a close burst too, so unfortunately everyone gets hit by it. But it's a fortitude save. Sorry. JT is looking at me with unhappiness.
I mean, we'll see.
Do it.
Okay, so
Do it and you're cool.
First roll against the lady, I guess. Let's go with her. Oh, that's a big boy number on
Ooh.
the lady.
All right.
Okay.
That's my D20 natural.
Ooh,
20.
is that a 20?
Oh, there we go.
Is that what you had,
There
Dave?
we go.
Yeah.
All right, let's back that up.
Let's back it up.
Back it up.
I'm trying to find it's plus 12, right? Just to hit, just normally. Yeah.
I don't know what
Found
your
it,
attack
never mind.
bonus is.
I had to like scroll up because I'm on my second page. 25.
25 versus what, my friend?
Fortitude.
But is it really a 26 because of Odelia?
Yes.
Okay, that is a hit.
Yeah.
Do I roll the D6?
You do, sir.
You do, sir. Roll the die 6.
Okay.
Are you ready?
This is gonna be weird because I'm trying really hard. All right. D6. It's a 1.
Oh, but it's still
that's
max
okay.
damage.
That's okay.
It is. So to her, that's 27.
All right, 27 points of damage.
Woo.
Well, that's not going to be good. And unfortunately, because this is a burst attack, is it not?
Yeah.
Because this is a burst and she is in a swarm form, she is vulnerable 10 to swarm damage. So
Yeah.
really, she takes 37 points of damage.
Yes.
Now for my friends, I'm sorry.
You made a friend.
Well, for Odelia, I rolled a natural 7 plus 12. That's a 19 against fortitude.
That does not hit.
You will take half, unfortunately.
Sure.
So half 27 is 13, Odelia.
Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, wait, it's just 1 damage? It's just 1 damage roll?
Yeah, you only roll once for the damage on a burst or a blast.
Okay, but it's not 37 though, because it's 27 because
Yes.
the 37 was vulnerability. Ooh, God.
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
So she only takes the 13.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
fix it.
sorry.
I'll
I'm
fix it
sorry.
next time.
I'm gonna hide away. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Now hit Anduriel.
Oh my God, that's another natural 7. Only 19 fortitude?
No dice.
Oh,
Alrighty.
thank God.
Now roll to hit Morocon, please.
Oh, poor Morocon.
Forgot about that. That's higher. That's I don't know Marokan's fortitude. I hope it's high.
I do.
But that was a 14 on die for a 26.
Oh, that's a hit, surprisingly.
Whoops.
So Morokhan takes 27
Morokhan.
points of damage.
He wakes up with a headache.
Well,
What
right
happened?
now, for all intents and purposes, he looks dead. But the floating card is still floating around his head, and it is a skull. So who's to say what will happen if Morokhan is to save, or someone is able to dispel the cards somehow? We shall see. But for now, poor Morokhan, who is actually pretty handy against vampires, isn't here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. I'm
Has
sure
has she been bloodied?
she does not look like she's been bloodied yet to you.
What?
Okay.
As you become aware of the fact that you are fighting in 4th edition a solo, which means she has dragon hit points and lots of special abilities. But she does look very hurt. She's nearly bloodied. And we begin again. Alrighty. And that would be wait, whose turn was that? Sorry, I was Thora's turn. Okay, Odelia, it is your turn.
Okay, Odelia is going to.
Take 20 points of damage because she's in the swarm.
Oh my.
An ongoing necrotic 10.
Oh, the 20 and the 10, so 30.
At the beginning of your turn, you will take the necrotic 10, but not now. It just came on you.
Okay. Okay. Well.
So you only take the 20 for now, but at the beginning of your next turn, you gonna take the 10.
So not at the beginning of this turn, but
Not at the beginning of this turn. The effect just hit you, and ongoing damage doesn't hit you until the beginning of your next turn.
And what kind of damage is it?
It's going to be necrotic, but you take 20 points of tearing bat damage right off the bat. And you now have bats on you, Odelia. Little Madame Desteria bats with glowing red eyes and screeching bloody fangs are tearing into your arms and your leg and your hair. You got a bat in your hair.
Okay. I am going to.
Remember that swarms are.
Cast,
You're gonna go ahead. Okay.
I'm gonna cast Earth's Endurance
Okay.
to give myself and who has the lower AC out of you two?
What's Anduriel and Thora's AC?
Mine's probably lower.
Mine's 24.
Mine's 21.
Okay, so I'm going to give myself and Thora a +2 for
Okay.
our class until the end of our next turn, and it's a melee attack.
Okay, go for it.
Am I still?
Yes, you are.
Of course I am.
You are You can't even control yourself. You're falling all over yourself, tripping, and like you can't aim. It's terrible.
And I'm a little rage ball anyway.
Yes.
It's a 25.
On the first roll.
Wait, the bless doesn't count for me, does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh, 26.
All right, and your second roll?
That was the lower of the two.
Oh,
That one was
26?
a big 28.
All right, that's 26 versus AC, correct?
Yes.
Unfortunately, that is a miss.
And, but the effect carries
Yes. An effect, if it says effect under the power in bold, that means it happens no matter what.
on. Yeah.
Okay, so Odelia, you're swinging your harpoon wildly, trying to skewer bats and throwing them off of you, and they get back and fly up, but you're tripping while you're doing it. You just can't seem to find your footing, and you realize that you're just not quite in control of yourself completely. And unfortunately, that is a miss unless you have something else on you.
I am going to. Oh well, I don't want to use this yet, but I am going to use my action point.
Okay.
Good idea.
And I will take the action in just a second, but first, all allies, so both of you, because you're both in the range, heal 3d6 hit points and shift 1 square.
All right, and you roll that, Tommy. You roll the healing for them.
That is 6.
All right, you both heal 6 hit points.
A 4 and 2 1s.
I'd like to shift diagonally by
Okay.
1 square.
Are you trying to say that you would like to be out of the range of Madame Desteria's nest?
That would be ideal.
All right, Anduriel, you shift out of Madame Desteria.
Thank you, Odelia, you wonderful little hobbit.
Thora will do the same, but toward like in Morokon's direction, so left 1.
All right. Thora, you shift slightly closer to the edge of the swarm. Now, Odelia for the turn.
I am going to use my daily for my cleric power and cast Consecrated Ground.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's not very nice. Okay,
Yeah.
what does that do?
It creates a zone. Enemies who start, it's close burst 1, so just all around me.
All right.
Enemies who start their turn inside take 1d6 radiant damage, and any bloodied allies who start their turn in the zone heal 4.
Okay.
All right.
So
All
we're
right.
going to make that area lovely and golden. It is only a burst 1, and we're going to call it... Oh, bugger.
Call it C for Consecrated.
There we go. I just have to get into the box. This is a good method, but it's not quite as handy as some other things. Oh, come. Obey me. There we go. All right. All around Miss Odelia in a lovely burst 1 is this consecrated ground. Alrighty. We will now
And then
face that.
when I did that action point and it says all allies, does that include me? Do I also get to heal that?
No, you are not an ally of yourself.
That's really
Like most people, you're kind of your worst enemy. No, you're not. That's
especially
not-
right. No, especially right now. I am not doing
That was a
well
pretty
at all.
smart move considering that your hits are compromised right now. Okay, so Odelia, what do you say when you consecrate the ground?
I say, Moiris, show that the powers of good are more powerful than evil, even here.
Okay, so Odelia shouts out her prayer, and ironically enough, you hear the sounds and smells of the ocean, and water springs up in a pool around Odelia, glowing with a holy white energy, and that's a consecrated area. And correct? How much damage does it do?
1d6
Okay.
plus 1.
And is that at the start of
very
their turn? Any evil creature or any undead?
Yes, it's at the start of their turn.
Okay. And Odelia, it is now the start of Madame Desteria's turn, so you get to roll your damage and add 10 because she is a burst and so is it.
Awesome. That would be 16 radiant damage.
Oh, and wouldn't you know it? She's vulnerable to both bursts and radiant damage.
Oh my
I was
goodness.
really hoping she would be.
So she is actually gonna take 26 points of damage,
Oh,
which hurts.
Wait. Is she that adding 10? Because that would be 36. She's
So you
vulnerable
rolled a
to
what
both.
on the die?
I rolled a 5 on the die, so it's 1d6
Okay.
plus 1.
So
So that's
5 on
six.
the die, 1d6 plus 1. So 6 plus the 5 radiant vulnerability.
Oh, I thought it
Is-
was another 10. Yeah, so
No, it's the 5 radiant vulnerability, so that's 11, correct? And then 10 for the burst vulnerability
Oh,
is
yeah,
21. So yeah, I miscalculated, so it's 21 damage. But I'll tell you what happens that's pretty freaky. This pool, springs up on the ground and gives off this white light. And all of a sudden, the bats that are around Odelia start bursting into flames and screeching. And you actually hear Madame Desteria's disembodied voice just go, you know, as she is basically set on fire by all of this holy energy. And boy, is she going to want to get out of there.
Is she bloodied?
She's not quite bloodied yet, but she's darn near close. It's an ugly boss that she is, but now she's in quite a bit of pain. And she still has not saved versus she saved versus the holy water with Odelia's luck, actually, so she does not take that. Okay. Odelia.
Can I still use a minor action
yeah, you can keep going.
Okay. I would like to cast Healing Word upon myself.
Not a bad idea. It's
Good
not bad.
idea.
Yeah. Okay, very nice. Alrighty, that's Odelia's turn. So all three of you have now used your action point. It is Madame Desteria's turn, and oh man, she wants no part of that consecrated ground nonsense. So she is going to shift out of her swarm form because no thank you. All right, Madame Dysteria has really no desire to do that. Unfortunately, she was centered in the area, so she's still in the area. So with her minor action, all of the bats just go, they all slam into each other in a spiral, kind of a column, and then she reforms and just is burning in the holy fire. That's her minor. She will take her move action to shift out of Odelia's area, and she is going to use her fear draining bite on Thora, in theory.
Okay.
Thora, my friend, does a 25 hit your AC?
Yes.
Then she latches onto you and bites for a total of 20 points of damage.
Oof. All right.
And Thora, she regains some hit points from that bite, of course, as vampires tend to do. And you watch as she begins draining blood out of Thora. You watch as some of the wounds that you have dealt her begin to heal. However, her fear-draining bite is more powerful than that. She drains Thora's blood, and she also drains the knowledge of his deepest fear. And therefore, for the rest of the encounter, whenever she strikes Thora, he will panic and take the run action in a random direction as a free action, provoking attacks of opportunity.
Oh.
Thora,
Gross.
what is Thora's deepest fear? Would you like some time to ponder that?
Yeah, I will think about that.
Maybe it's like, I don't know, when the Orcan Man comes. I don't know. Like, just ponder what Thora's deepest fear is. Whatever it is,
Small talk.
Thora begins to quake with terror at her touch. And that is Madame Desteria's turn. It is Anduriel's turn.
Well, okay. I'm going to shadow dive.
Oh, are you now?
I'm going to dive into her shadow.
Okay.
I disappear and do ongoing 10 necrotic damage. Save ends.
Alrighty. She will take that at the beginning of her turn, which is an ugly bit of nonsense. All right. Anduriel leaps into her shadow, and then her shadow comes up and begins to strangle and shake her as her own shadow turns against her. And now it would be Thora's turn. Thora, you take 10 points of necrotic damage from the bats. the effect of her bite on the bats when she was in swarm form. And it is your turn, Thora.
Okay. JT, I'm not super familiar with that ability. If
He is
I
removed from
shift...
play.
Okay. Okay.
Disappear. Yeah.
Gotcha. I was like, if I move her, will you move? That kind of thing.
Actually, he will, but he's inside her shadow right now. But it's not going to stop. I mean, the shadow's like choking her.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
Okay. Thora's gonna cast Chill Wind.
Okay. You can see her now, which is nice.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And it's against Fortitude. I was trying to think of a clever way to say it, but I'm panicking a little bit. Fortitude 24.
That is a 25 with Odelia's blessing.
Oh, yes.
That's exactly what you need to hit her Fortitude.
Woo!
But that +1 makes a difference.
Okay. So she takes. Oh, nice. That's a 6. 13 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And I get to slide her. So I'm sliding her directly into the sacred ground.
Woo!
Oh,
now here we go.
I hates it when that happens.
I don't.
Alrighty.
And I think Thora is going for his minor action is gonna eat his seed of healing because he's not doing so hot.
Not a terrible idea. What are you down to, Thora?
I was down to 36 of 80.
All right. So you eat your seed of healing and gain a few hit points there.
And that
Thora,
is
make your
10
save.
plus 26 for 36, which brings me back up to that. Make my save. It's a 9.
Odelia, is that a
Blood
+1 on
short.
attacks or attacks and saves? With Blaze.
This attacks.
Oh, booger.
Ah.
Could have been better. Could have been worse. Okay. Alrighty. So Thor, unfortunately, you're still suffering from the effects of that vampire bat bite.
Yuki.
Now that would be your turn unless you're gonna move.
You
You like where you are, standing on top of that chair, or
You have the high
sure.
ground.
The chair's comfy.
okay, or sitting in the chair. I mean, I don't know what he's doing there. I'm just. You want to step on Morocon? Just take his.
Nah.
Like, that's fine. Okay.
He's just gonna. He's like. He just like is lounging a little bit.
Okay. All right, Thora, lounging in the chair, bugs, places. That would be his turn. All right, Odelia, you take 10 points of necrotic damage. But on the plus side, you don't take 20 points of bat swarm. So, all right, it is now your turn.
All right, Odelia is going to do a howling strike with the Hellfire Rage Lance.
Okay, roll die 20 twice.
Okay.
I rolled to save at the end of the last one. Is that how? Was I supposed to roll to save?
Yes. Didn't
I
you
rolled
roll
a 17 and 11.
Okay. All right. So you shake off the effect of her fortune draining bite, and you somehow, possibly because you channeled so much holy power and you're on consecrated down, you shake it off and you have control of yourself again. You're like, I can stand, and all of a sudden she doesn't look quite so agile.
Excellent. All right. Come on, baby. It's a 21.
That is unfortunately a miss versus her hefty AC.
Yeah.
She bats that Hellfire Lance aside as you come for her with a supernatural swiftness. And that is unfortunately.
I'm going to use my vindictive surge and hit her again.
Oh, okay.
Aptly
Roll the
named.
exact same thing.
Oh, that's no bueno. All right. I'll tell you what happens. you hear a voice come from the darkness, because Odelia's lance only lights up within 3 squares of her. And you become aware of the other Vistani woman who is back in there. And she starts whispering an enchantment that seems to echo in the tent, and time reverses itself. And Odelia, you miss the vindictive strike, and in an interesting act of chronomancy, she rewinds time and you strike again. Go ahead and remake your attack.
I was wondering if she was still in here or if she had gone out before us. Natural 19. So
Very nice.
34.
Perfect.
Swing and a miss. All right, or swing and a hit. So get her.
All right. 1, 10, 2d6. That is 10. That's 9 plus 3. That's 22.
Ouch. That's gonna hurt. All right. 22 points of damage. All right. She's hurting, and she would have been bloodied by now, but her vampire bites have healed her, unfortunately. But she's hurting pretty badly. She's close to being bloodied. So Odelia, you just flip that Hellfire Lance around and you bury it in her side, and she's just like, "Ow, wretched little half-blood!" And she yanks the lance out, and you're pushed backwards, but it leaves this burning, fiery wound in her, and she's looking pretty mangled. Needless to say, she's gonna have to get a new dress at the end of this. She's got holes all over her. And that would be Odelia's turn. Yes?
Yes.
All right, and you become aware of the other Vistana woman who is in the back, but you remember all of a sudden, aware of her, that she cannot acknowledge Madame Desteria if she is a Darkling. And therefore, if she has attacks, she couldn't perform them. So she is limited to what she can do to kind of help you. And she may be kind of just saving it. Also, this is the first time that she's been able to see any of you because you lit up the Hellfire Lance last round. So we'll see what happens from here on out in terms of her interference. And that would be Odelia. Madame Desteria's turn. All right. She does not have any ongoing damage that I can see.
Oh no, she's in Consecrated Ground.
Yes, so go ahead and roll your damage.
So she takes...
She also takes 10 necrotic damage because I am in her shadow.
She does. Thank you very much for reminding me that.
So she takes 6 plus whatever...
so she takes 11 points of radiant damage total. Alrighty. That is gonna hurt. Okay. She's hurting. She looks like she's hurting pretty badly. The burns, she's not able to keep up the healing of the burns on her as the radiant damage hits her. It's a bad way. She doesn't want to be in that area. So she is going to, not wanting to get chill-winded back in there, provoke an attack of opportunity from you, Odelia, as she runs.
Yeah. Just a melee basic, right?
Just a melee basic.
28.
All right, that's a hit. Roll your damage.
Sweet.
Is it really a 29 though?
Well, just less works for me too, even though I got my own ally. Oh, you and each ally. Okay. So do I get just the melee basic damage, or do I also get my Hellfire Lance damage?
And the Hellfire damage. Yeah, your lance is on fire for the encounter.
All the damage.
Yeah, baby.
There's so much burning going on. There's burning just everywhere.
So much burning. Woohoo! Woohoo! 31 points of damage.
Oh my goodness.
And Madame Desteria has been successfully bloodied.
All right. As an immediate reaction, I'm going to attack with Grave Chill. It's
you are removed from play right now, unfortunately. Unless you want to end that effect.
I would like to end that effect.
All right. Poor Madame Desteria thinks that she's gotten away as she flees the holy water And then Anduriel pops out. Oh, hey! How you
Hello.
doing?
Hey, girl.
It's
girl.
26 versus Fortitude.
That is a hit, so it's a 27.
Oh,
Yeah. Close burst. It's a burst. I guess that doesn't matter now.
Not so much, no.
And basically all that happens is the target is dazed and immobilized till end.
Oh, she loves you.
nice.
All right, what is the power called?
Grave chill. It basically
And-
stops them from doing just that, running away because they're bloodied.
And does it do any damage, or is that it?
An attack, Fortitude, close versus 1, hit. Targets are dazed and immobilized till end. It doesn't say any.
Okay,
sort
so
of
that there's no
damage.
damage to the attack. All right, describe what it looks like when you use Grave Chill.
So it's the name kind of implies they're about to die, and it slows them down. So he pops out of her shadow and just sort of grabs her arms, and you see a pallor come over her skin, and he just puts her down to the ground, and you see her skin go ice blue, ice cold, and he just puts her down onto the ground. She can't move. She's immobilized and dazed.
Okay, so she's prone and dazed and immobilized.
Yeah.
Wow. So
No,
she
sorry,
looks...
it didn't say. I'm sorry, it didn't say prone. I'm sorry. It's
All right,
just.
but that would have
dazed
been
and
cool.
Immobilized.
All right,
Yeah,
so
just
she
dazed and
look. Anduriel has a hold of her, and she looks like she dies as he uses Grave Chill. She's like, eh! And then her eyes are moving, but like that's it. The rest of her looks dead, and you're like, oh, did he kill her? She looks like Morocon now. Oh, and that's just a bad bit of business there. That's what that is. Boogers, boogers, boogers. All right, Anduriel, that's very nice, and that was on her turn.
Yes, it was.
She didn't even like, and that's gonna end her turn because she's dazed. So she's had her turn. Bummer for her. She moved. That's what she got to do. And oh, she's gonna be friend. All right, that would be your turn now, Anduriel, who is standing next to her.
I think I will use.
Coup de grace.
I'm going to use Divine Juggernaut.
Okay.
This is versus AC. Please don't roll crappy, Jerry. That is a 14 on the dice. I wonder what's my bonus. Oh yeah, 27.
All right, that's exactly what you need to hit her AC.
Yeah, cool. Dang it, I'm making the noises tonight. I apologize, everybody.
That's a
Stop
big
it.
ouch.
I know, I'm like.
I don't know if I like that one better. John, you're a voice actor. Give us something else. Okay, I like it. I'll take that. I don't know if I can
Okay.
picture Anduriel making that noise, but okay.
It's only 10 points of damage. However, allies adjacent to me when they channel divinity get my charisma modifier temporary HP.
Well, that's not bad. We have someone here who hasn't channeled divinity yet. Actually, we have two someones that haven't channeled divinity. And wouldn't Morocon's channel divinity come in so handy right now? What with it being an aura of sunlight? But oh well.
Like blast her out of the room.
Man,
Okay,
if
and
only
then-
one of us won that tournament.
As a move action, I would like to use Shadow Leap and not be right next to her. I'm going to leap over by my homeboy Thora.
All right. So Anduriel, you fall back into your shadow and you leap out of Thora's shadow. Right here, or do you want to be up?
On the other side of Morocon.
Right here?
No, right there. Yep, right there is good.
All right. All right. Thora, Anduriel pops out of your shadow. Hey there.
Hello, Bugs.
And
She's looking pretty hurt at this point, and much like you guys, she might be running out of tricks. So we'll see. Okay. So you have dazed her. Now, Anduriel, unfortunately, you have also moved adjacent to the wall of the tent. And therefore, the first person to do so. Anduriel, does a 23, does a 25 hit your AC?
Buggers. Yeah, 25 does. 23 doesn't.
Okay. Anduriel, you are immobilized, and you take ongoing 10 damage as the cloth of her tent reaches out and strangles you. So it's Anduriel is being attacked by the laundry is what we've got going on here. The tent, all of a sudden, he's enveloped by the edge of the tent, and it begins to wrap around him and choke him. Now, here's the deal.
The effect of jumping out of Thor's shadow is lessened when he goes to say, "What's up, Bugs?" And it's like,
"What's up, Bugs?" It's pulled backward. Okay. By the tent, and you realize Madame Desteria's tent is itself a weapon. One might even call it a lair action in 5th edition, if we were doing that. Okay, and that would be Anduriel's turn. Mr. Thora, it is your turn.
Odelia.
Yes.
What's Odelia? Is all of our movement 6?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Plans are... I love that I found out the other week that Thora's class is called a controller, and ever since then I've been like, time to think tactically.
A revelation.
Very nice.
A revelation. 1, 2. Could I make it to right below that second chair on the right?
If I can get a hold of you, yes.
He keeps running around. He's a
1,
tricky little boy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Beautiful.
Is that where you want to be?
Yes.
Right.
Awesome.
And this is going. The reason I asked Odelia's movement was because. Here we go. I am going to cast Devouring Beetles. Target's Fortitude.
All right.
Math. 27.
Versus Fortitude, that is a hit.
Okay. So she takes, as I try and find the right dice. Boo! These dice, wheel or woe, man.
I have one of those.
So it's 2d6. I got a 6 and a 7, so it's 14.
Okay.
I rolled the same ones that wheeled and woed for me last time too. I just need to choose
2
the
die
one that
6. You
doesn't
got a
roll
6
one.
and you got a 7 on a die 6.
Well, I got 2 die 6. I got a 6 and I got a 1.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah. Well, when you get
wheel or
double
woe.
ones, we call it that. Like, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Okay, alrighty. So she will take 7 points of what kind of damage?
It just says damage.
Okay, untyped.
I am going to slide her 2 up until the edge of the table. Let's put her in the chair.
Give her the chair.
Nice.
Give her the chair.
Give her the chair.
All right. So you slide her. She on a roll of beetles. She gets hefted up and slide and lands in the chair.
And here's the kicker. She grants target combat advantage, and it has vulnerability 5 all until end of turn.
Oh, hit her, people, hit her.
Woo!
Okay,
Hit her,
very
so
nice.
many.
So she cannot seem to get control of her body as these beetles are under her feet and carrying her. And she is definitely vulnerable and takes a bit of damage. And now it would be Miss Odelia's turn.
Was that channeling divinity, John?
No, that was just an ability.
That was just an ability. Well done.
Yeah,
No, he has
Devouring
yet to channel
Beetles is
divinity.
a scary one.
That was excellent. All right, thank you for bringing her a little closer to me as well. It makes my life easier. I am going to do another howling strike against her, and I'm going to charge.
Okay. You leap atop the table, I'm assumed, to do this.
Yeah.
And you're not in the dark, so I'm not going to make you roll anything. You charge her. Get her.
Come on, baby, come on. That was 24.
That is not
25.
going to hit her.
25.
25 is not going to hit. Oh, wait a minute.
Combat advantage.
She is dazed and she is
Yep.
immobilized.
Yep.
And you have the high ground. Also, he knocked her back into a chair. So I'm going to grant you combat advantage for a 27,
Sweet.
which is a hit.
awesome and awesome. Okay. Let me get my damage going here. That would be a 27 damage.
Oh my goodness,
Oh my
Odelia.
goodness.
When I'm a little rage ball, I'm like
Dang.
that Hellfire Lance is very effective.
+5 because of the
plus-
vulnerability.
Oh yeah, she's got vulnerability 5, so that's actually 32.
Yeah.
Put
Put the striker after the controller. It's scary.
Yeah.
There you go, Odelia.
Oh my goodness. Oh, she's hurting, people. She is more than bloodied now. I mean, she's got beetles and stab wounds in her and burns, and now she has a Hellfire Lance sticking in her stomach as Odelia descends upon her in all of her halfling fury.
Does the Consecrated Ground come with me?
What does it say in the power?
It does not say. It just says it's a close burst 1. It says it's a minor action to sustain.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Give me just 2 seconds here, and I will look this up, and it will only take about 2 seconds. Because
I was so hoping it would come with me.
I seem to remember that it can be moved. But give me just one moment. Consecrated Ground. Any of this is a turn. No, unfortunately, it does not move. You consecrated a specific area,
Okay.
and it stays where it is, but it does not move.
Well, can I use my minor action to sustain it just in case?
Absolutely. Who knows? Somebody might knock her back into it.
Yeah. Also, any of my allies who start in there get healing.
Okay.
That is a 30. Do you just roll a die 20 and then do you add anything?
To what?
It's a minor action to sustain. So
No, you don't have to roll anything.
Oh,
All
okay.
you do is concentrate, and it's like sustaining a spell in 5e.
Gotcha.
Okay. So there you go, Odelia. Ooh, it's still going. It's still bright light. And of course, there's still 3 squares of light around you and everybody around you. So 3 squares out from Odelia, you can still see perfectly fine in the dark from the darkness. Alrighty, that is Miss Odelia's turn, and now it would be back up at the top. It's Madame Desteria's turn, and who dazed and immobilized her? Anduriel?
Yep.
Was that on your last turn, Anduriel?
Yep.
So she's still dazed and immobilized, so she only has 1 turn.
Yep.
And she's gonna do it. You bloodied her, so she is gonna use Dark Deck of Fate again. She reaches out her hand towards the Taroka deck, and the cards start spinning around the room, and they move in front of her again. She cannot reach Anduriel, but she can reach Odelia and Thora. So here she goes against your will with a burst attack. Oh, Thora, that is a 33 versus will. I'm assuming that gets you.
Yeah.
And Odelia, that is only a 18 versus will.
Oh, good, because 18 is my, or 19 is my number.
You sure, Tommy? You're not changing your will there? Like it's. I'm just kidding. Don't pay any attention. Don't pay any attention to the DM, especially when he's dealing damage. Okay. Odelia, the Taroka deck glows in front of Madame Desteria, and you're like, oh, I want to take a card so much because who knows what it could be. What am I saying? And then you're like, no, don't grab the card. Thora, you grab one of those. You're like, oh, I want to, like, you grab one of those cards. Roll 1d6, please.
6.
Thora, you have drawn the devil card. You see a
good.
picture of, you draw a card, and there's a little imp on it. The imp crawls out of the card and leaps onto your back. Thora, you are slowed, and you take ongoing poison damage 20. A save will end both of those.
Jeez.
And unfortunately, that's for her. That's all she can do because Anduriel dazed and immobilized her. which I'm assuming is over at the end of his turn, yes?
That is, yep, till end. Yep.
Alrighty. So that would be all she can do, but it's a doozy, as Thora now has an imp on his back, stinging him with its tail and holding him. Now it is Anduriel's turn. Anduriel, you take 50 points of damage.
50? 50?
No, I'm just kidding. You don't take it.
From the tent? Freaking tent.
You do take 10 points of damage from the tent as it works to choke you. And you can save at the end of your turn.
I was gonna say, do I have to do something special to get away from it?
You can save unless you have an ability that's gonna let you teleport out of it.
I've used all my shadowy things. Hold, please.
Holding.
I thought I had. Okay. It's like I thought I had something for this. I don't. I get choked, I guess.
You are unfortunately immobilized by that. If you had a distance something, you could use it. You could hit her with Searing Shadow.
I've used that already. It's an encounter power. That's why I was like,
you haven't used Searing Shadow.
I have used Searing Shadow. I used it against the swarm.
Oh, boogers.
Yeah. Everything else is melee. So I'm going to get choked, and then I'm going to try and stop being choked.
You could throw the Leviathan's tooth at her.
But then if I hit her...
That's right.
Actually,
that laugh tells me you're not really being so helpful.
I'm right by Morocon.
Yes.
I'd like to see if I can destroy his card with that card above him with Weapon of Divine Protection.
All right. So you swing your weapon as it glows with shadow energy. You swing your weapon enshrouded in shadow at the card, and it moves right through the card as though it were an illusion.
Oh.
And you get the sense that it's somehow tied to Morokon's will, and it's because he's so weak-willed that he just can't seem to break out of it. But much like Anduriel, who gets knocked out like by butlers and all kinds of things, you're hoping he'll pull out of it.
Okay, well, then I got to try and save against the grab, I guess. Okay, that is a 12 on the dice.
All right. You shake yourself off of that.
Good.
And hopefully you'll be able to get away from the tent, the mean tent.
The tent.
And that is unfortunately Anduriel's turn. Thora.
Okay.
You take 20 points of poison damage.
I marked it.
As this nasty little imp is on your back. He's covering your eyes. He's clawing you. He's pulling at your hair. His tail whips under your knee and tries to trip you. I mean, he is just heckling you.
Thora is going to take a step closer to our vampire lady friend.
Okay.
And he doesn't use this ability very often, but he raises his arm, the non-metallic one, and it almost like growth. You watch as his hand turn to stone as he plunges it down into this vampire lady as hard as he can.
Oh, get her.
Stone strike. I don't use this one very often, but let's hope it hits.
Do it.
And she still technically grants combat advantage and
she is
vulnerability
still
5
prone in the chair
till the end of my turn.
Yeah.
She's no longer dazed and immobilized.
Okay. (26)
Did you count Odelia or no?
Less?
I didn't, so 27.
All right, that's exactly what you need to hit her.
Bless.
Blessings.
Bless.
I love that bless.
That, by the way, is the highest I could roll, basically, and still hit with an AC attack. I don't have good on that one. 10 points of damage. And I have resist 2 till end.
Okay, so you slam that stone fist into her, and you hear bone crack underneath the weight of your fist, and her skin takes on kind of a grayish pallor from the effect of the magic on your fist. And that is Mr. Thora's turn. Are you, unfortunately, you haven't used your minor action for anything else, right? You've been sustaining the wall?
No, I ate the seed of healing.
Okay. So the wall, I'm just double checking here before I ask you if you want to do anything with your minor. The wall is gone, unfortunately, but do you do anything with your minor action?
That is okay. Don't really have anything for a minor.
Okay.
So
no worries.
No.
All right, make your save versus the imp.
16.
Very nice. Okay, you grab the imp, Thora, with your metallic fist and go crush, and it goes like that. And as you throw it to the floor, the card flies back into the deck, and the imp disperses into red mist. And that's a painful little bit there for him. Alrighty, that would be Mr. Thora's turn. Now it would be back up at the top with Madame Desteria. She's no longer dazed. Oh yes, yes.
Oh dear.
Why should you get a turn, little girl? No, okay. Yeah, sorry, Odelia's turn. My
Are
bad.
you scared? Are you scared of me?
Well, she probably is at this point. You've buried that lance in her so many times, and you made Consecrated Ground.
Good. But then I just rolled a 2. I was gonna do Howling Strike, but I just rolled a 2. So I'm just gonna stand here and yell.
I'll just see myself out.
Adieu to you and you.
Okay. All right. Unfortunately, Odelia, you scream and swing, and she deftly, with supernatural speed, dodges to the right, and your lance slams into the chair and gouges out a big old hole of wood from the chair.
On fire now?
I don't know if it's on fire, but it's scorched to crap. And let me just say, there's splinters. I wouldn't sit on it at this point. Who knows what would happen to your bum? That's just not a good idea. Anyway.
Dangerous.
Alrighty. Oh, what is she gonna do? It is her turn. I think she is going to. All right. What are you guys down to, all of you?
62.
With all the healing, I've given myself 60.
And Uriel.
70.
Oh dear. You're all looking so healthy, aren't you?
We're still so juicy.
All right. Thora, I think she's gonna go for you, and the reason is because you have that fear draining effect on her, and she's got to try to take somebody out. So she is going to use her vampire slam on you, Thora.
Uh-oh.
Does a 26 hit your AC?
Considering it's one of my lowest defenses, yeah.
All right. Lucky for you, I rolled all 2s on the die, so you take 12 points of damage, and you are dazed until the end of her next turn. So you are a one action boy,
Gotcha.
Unfortunately. But you also, as she strikes you, your greatest fear wells up in you again, and you run from her. And that provokes an attack of opportunity. And she gets a 26 again. And this time does a little bit better. 21 points of damage. So Thora, she reaches up and she just bone-crushing strength punches you straight in the chest, and you hear a crack, and then terror fills you, and you run from her. And we'll have you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So no matter where you go running from her, you are going to have to go near the tent, unfortunately.
That's okay.
So at the start of your next turn, you will be subject to an attack by her base.
The tent is not fun.
What's that, Gerald?
Tent
What?
is not fun. It's not a fun tent.
She is no longer dazed, but Thora is dazed, which is bad. Now, she is going to use one of her action points because it's getting ugly. And she is going to use Dark Deck of Fate on Odelia. Odelia, does a 34 hit your will? Yes, it does. Odelia, you unfortunately are drawn towards her, and you're like, ooh, a card! And you draw a card out of her deck. Roll the 1d6.
Don't like it. Oh, that's I'm like 14. 5.
You draw the sword target, Odelia. You pull out a card with a two-handed greatsword on it, standing alone by itself, and you suddenly feel like you're in greater danger somehow. But you can't really say what it's going to do just yet. And that would be...
And it's not good.
That would be her action point. She's going to use her minor action to use Servant of the Night on Thora. And that is a 24 versus Reflex, Thora.
Yes.
One of her bats flies out from behind a curtain and comes at you, Thora, and does 11 points of biting damage on you.
Okay.
And that is it. You've been good to daze her, but when she gets her full turn and an action point, she's a bit ugly. That does bring her turn to an end. Anduriel, you are standing next to the tent, and unfortunately, you start your turn getting attacked by it. And that is a 21 versus, or a 31 versus your AC, Anduriel.
That was a big jump from 21 to 31.
No, I rolled a 15 and then added incorrectly. I added 6 instead of her plus 16, my friend.
Well, 6 is fine. Yeah, I mean, it hits. It hits.
Anduriel, you are wrapped up again in this thing and being choked.
How about if I use Radiant Armor?
How about if you do? What will happen?
Would that stop it from... Would it still grab me, just not harm me?
What does Radiant Armor do, my friend?
It says it makes it so tents can't grab you.
It's like I cast protection from canvas.
It's
Perfect item.
It's an immediate interrupt. Damage is reduced to 0. Other effects still apply. All right. So it would still grab me.
Alrighty.
Never mind. I'm not going to use it then.
Okay, what would you like to do with your turn?
Stop being grabbed.
All right. Well, in that case, the other Vistana woman is going to help you.
Nice.
She is going to cast Glimpse into the Future. And Anduriel, she comes running over here past, like she steps on Morocon and pushes past Thora. And just as the tent is about to grab you, she yanks on the front of your shirt and pulls you out of the way.
Oh, good lady.
She can't do it again, unfortunately, but she saves you with Glimpse into the Future.
Thank you, lady. I mean, you did a good thing there. Very good.
And she says, get out of the way. Watch where you're going. You're doing well. once again, looking like she's fighting past her own words, like she can't say certain.
I know I'm doing well, and thank you for that. Okay, so
Do more well.
Was that the beginning? So now I can move. I can go. I can go and do.
Mm-hmm. You have your turn, my friend.
I'm going to move as close to as I can to our friend, our lady.
Okay.
I can run. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, you'll take a -5 to attacks, but you can get to her.
That's all right. I'm gonna do it anyways. Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna go Taste of Life again, because that's what I have left. We've gone through all the things. We've checked all the boxes. That is a natural 20.
Oh,
yeah!
Is that what that is now?
Yes.
All right, let's do the backing of the upping.
That is a 5. Okay.
Oh no. Well,
I was so excited for a minute. That's okay. That's okay.
That is okay. It could be worse.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm mad about it. I'm fine.
It's fine. Like nobody.
I mean, why would I be mad?
I mean, you hit.
I'm going to use Blood Drinker so I can get some additional die of damage.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. 14 plus 11. That is 25 points of damage.
Oh, she hurting now.
That is it. Just another vampire bite.
All right,
vampire on vampire violence.
She's got plenty of hit points left, but she is starting to slow down. She's not moving with the same speed. So Anduriel, she's just moving a little slower because she's so wounded. And you reach over and yank her arm and pull her into your embrace, and your fangs sink into her as you drain blood from her. You taste a little Thora and a little Odelia in the mix because she's bitten both of them. And that is your turn. Thora, it is your turn.
For that.
I'm back.
Well, you know, I don't know how. Well, he can smell you. I mean,
Okay.
You probably taste something like you smell.
Quiet.
All right, you're up, Thor.
You don't know where that's been. Now I do know where it's been. I know exactly where it's been.
Okay, I am up. Everything went quiet because my internet cut out for a second.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you are next to the tent, so it reaches out to grab you. And Thora, that's a 31. The tent has got a hold of you and is choking you.
Oh, wonderful.
So you are stuck where you are, but you still have your turn. You're taking ongoing 10.
Okay, and I can only take one action because I'm dazed.
Yep.
There's not a lot I can do from way over here.
That is a problem, but she didn't want none of that holy field business that you chilled her into. She want none of that.
True. I mean, that being said, Chill Wind does have a 10 square range, so let's see what we can do with that.
All right. Unfortunately, she has cover because of Odelia and Anduriel, so you'll take a -2 to attack, but it's really only a -1 because of Odelia's blessing.
Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Not good. 21 total.
That does not hit any of her defenses, unfortunately. So Thora, you chant your spell and wave your hand, and a gust of cold wind does rise up through the tent. But all it really does is like make Anduriel and Odelia cold. They're like, oh, whoa, like it's a little.
We were already wet.
Close the door of the tent.
It sloshes some of the water around too. This place is soaked too. And that unfortunately is Thora's turn because he's dazed. But the good news is now you get to make a save to see if you can shake off the tent.
Natural 20.
All right, Thora, you free yourself from the tent. Hopefully it misses you at the beginning of your turn next round.
It won't.
But at least you can hit her. All righty. And that is Thora's turn. Odelia.
Okay, Odelia has had it with all the damage to her friends, and she enters her mama bear rage.
Oh dear.
Yes,
Okay.
it's the best
With
kind
the
of rage.
Hellfire Lance.
Such a good
this
rage.
is gonna be scary.
Oh, please hit. Please hit. Yes. Natural
Okay.
18.
There. All right. That's a hit. Roll up that damage, and if
Cool.
I miss my guess, you grabbed her.
Oh yeah. Okay, guys, this is so much damage. 2d10. That's 19 plus 3 plus 9.
57.
31. And she's grabbed.
Okay, and she's grabbed. So,
Oh,
Starts her turn grabbed by me. She'll take another 10 damage.
oh, very nice. Okay, so Odelia, you go whipping that Hellfire Lance in circles over your head, and fire goes flickering off. And she tries to dodge left and right. She's like, I'll just move this way. And you're like, no! And you skewer her right through her arm and pin her to the chair with your Hellfire Lance. And she tries to tear away from her, and you grab her by the back of the hair and pull her back over towards you. As you scream and rage in her face, and you see a look of panic kind of start to come into her eye as she looks around and is just so very hurt. And that is Miss Odelia's turn. All right, up at the top, she takes 10 damage.
Yep.
At the start of her turn. So she takes 10 more damage as you go ripping into her. That's gonna hurt. And she's grabbed. Dang it. She's no good. All right, let us see
bummer.
if she recharges Dark Deck of Fate. And she does not. Which, really? All right. Oh dear. What is she doing?
she can
Okay.
give up.
So first, Odelia, she is going to use her hypnotic gaze on you and try to put the whammy on you. So she gets a 31 versus Will.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Now-
Lord.
Normally, what that would do would be to move you closer, but you can't move any closer. However, Odelia, you are immobilized and have vulnerability 10 until you save. So she looks at you, and that red glow in her eyes starts to wink in like a syncopated rhythm. And you're like, don't look at the pretty glow. Like, and then Odelia, you start to kind of just move back and forth. And then she goes to slam attack you and rolls another 31 points of damage.
Oh,
Good
good
Lord.
Or
grief.
31 to hit. Sorry, not damage. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? All right, you take 8, 9 plus 6 is 15 plus 10, 25 points of slam damage from her
Ugh.
as she hypnotizes you. And then Odelia, she uppercuts you and just about breaks your jaw. And you spit out like one of your teeth. It's ugly. But not one of the front ones. She didn't hit you that hard. So, and it's ugly. And then she uses her minor action to use Servant of the Night on Thora. Or no, she's gonna use it on you. You're vulnerable. I don't think that's gonna hit. Odelia does a 24 hit your AC.
Do we still have a bonus from John? From Thora?
Nope. That only lasts until the end of his next turn, not till the end of the encounter, right, John?
Yeah.
And yeah, I not that does hit.
Okay, that does hit you, unfortunately. So you will take an additional 17 plus 10, 27 points of damage as one of her bats flies down from the top of her tent and bites into you. What are you down to, Odelia? 10. Okay. It's looking kind of ugly here for your halfling champion. What are you down to, Thora?
11.
What are you down to, JT?
I'm at 60.
All right, Anduriel's at 60. Okay. That is Madame Desteria's turn, but she is going to use her second action point because she wants to put an end to you. And Odelia, she's going to make another slam attack on you. Oh, but she only rolls a 21.
I guess my AC
Yes.
does not hit.
Oh, poor Madame Desteria. She sees you're still vulnerable. She uppercuts you, and as you're like holding your jaw, she comes down and tries to overhand chop you and break your shoulder, but you move too quickly. She thought you were dazed. You're like, no, I'm not dazed. And you slap her arm out of the way with your Hellfire Lance, and it scorches her hand a little bit, and she hisses. And she looks at you, Odelia, and stares you in the eyes, and she says, even if you slay me, you will never end the curse. All your efforts are for naught. And that is the end of her turn. And Uriel.
Oh, I don't.
What's that?
Is she still grabbed?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you want to stay grabbed by this raging little person, but I think that's probably the way it should be. So he's going to use Cure Serious Wounds on Odelia.
Oh crap! Okay.
So the target heals as though they had spent 2 surges.
Bless you, my friend.
Dang. That's a huge heal.
Okay. And Earl, what does it look like as you heal her?
It's not a shiny heal. It's not a happy heal. It's a shadow kind of encases the person, and I imagine her eyes get kind of wide when the shadow's like coming up around her, but then as it recedes, it leaves a feeling of calm and healing, and you're actually like, okay, that wasn't so bad.
Okay, alrighty. Little creepy shadow crawl, but it leaves you healed in the wake, which is kind of nice. So as that happens, Odelia, you heal like 60 hit points or something, and she sees your wounds heal, and she lets out this like whining noise, like just like this
fun, is it?
This piteous whine as you heal up, and that would be Anduriel's turn. Yes.
That's it. Yep. I'm going to stay right here.
Gracias, amigo.
Okay, Thora, it is your turn, my friend. Let's see if the tent hits you.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's 23 versus AC. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Oh, Thora. First of all, Thora, you are being choked again, and you take ongoing 10 damage. So at the beginning of your turn, unless you save, it's choking you. You're trapped where you are.
That freaking tent.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
You could try to feed it Morocon, but then you'd have to deal with his wife. So,
Dragon, get over here. Oh, right. You're asleep.
He's dead.
Not super into that.
Dead.
Personally.
You're dead.
We're gonna go for chill wind again.
Okay.
That's a natural 3. Nope.
All right. Once again, Thora, you're trying. I mean, you're summoning the cold wind. You know, you're like,
dang it, Jonathan.
You're like, Arctis. Like you spit out the word, but then it pulls you backward. And and Morocon gets like frost covering all over his like snout and beak. And he looks a little cold and dead. And that is Thora, unfortunately. Anything with your minor or your move?
Well, I'm stuck.
You are indeed.
And I don't have any minors, so I'm just gonna roll to see if I get out again. Nope.
Don't you have healing word?
I thought I used it. I guess I didn't.
No, you ate the seed.
Not yet.
You didn't use healing word.
I'm gonna heal myself.
Good is good plan to do the
So
healing.
I spend a healing. which at this point is 20 plus 3d6.
Very nice.
Okay.
So 31 total healing.
Okay, so Thora heals himself, and she lets out another. She's hurt, but she's not out for the count yet. That's Thora's turn. Now it would be Miss Odelia. Miss Odelia,
Yeah, go.
are you gonna sustain and keep the grab, or are you gonna attack?
I can't keep the grab and attack.
What does the power say? I think it's sustain standard. No.
It doesn't say anything about sustaining.
All right, let me
I get a
just.
+4 to grab attacks.
Let me just make the double check here, because I think you have to hit her again if you want to stay on. All right, it is calm. There we go. All right. Okay, no, if you want to grab her, it's not you gotta make an attack roll again to grab her.
Okay.
But the bonus is you get a +4 to attack with grabs when you. So you want to grab her and take that +4, or just try to hit her.
So my plan was to use Howling Strike again, and just
Okay.
like to stay and keep her grabbed and just damn her again with my Hellfire Lance.
Okay, well you can do one or the other. You can grab her and then hold on, or you can make the attack. If you grab her, you get a +4 to attacks.
But it doesn't do any damage?
Yeah, at the beginning of her turn, she takes 10 damage automatically again.
Oh, but I'd rather do Howling Strike.
Oh, get her then. Hit her with the lance. Burn her.
That is a 17 on the die.
All right, that's a hit. Give her the chair.
Give her the chair.
Give her the
All
chair.
right. Oh, guys.
Ooh.
I have a 1d10 and 2d6s, and I rolled a 7 and a 6 and a 6.
Oh,
Ow.
that is wonderful.
So, that is another 31 damage.
Oh.
Take that.
Oh, and
Owie.
oh, she kind of take that too many more times.
And I just,
So-
I am just like, I can't even put words together. I'm so angry at her that
Okay.
I'm just like, when it says Howling Strike, I'm literally just howling at her as I just
Okay.
jabber.
And Duriel is just chuckling right next to her. He's just like chuckling.
So it's literally you're holding her.
I'm like, it's not cute. It's terrifying.
Well, and she's got all these gaping holes in her that would kill a lesser creature. But because she has undead physiology, the fact that her intestines are hanging out doesn't stop her. So she is kind of scrambling to get away from you now, Odelia. And now it would be her turn. She is no longer grabbed. Let's see if she recharges Dark Deck of Fate. And she does not. Odelia, you suffered an attack from her putting the whammy on you. So please make your save so we know if you're still vulnerable.
12.
All right, you broke the spell, Odelia, of her hypnotic gaze. So you are not immobilized anymore, and you're not vulnerable. But she does hate you, and she's getting frantic. So she is going to use her Vampire Slam on you. And does a 26 hit your AC?
Yes.
All right, so she does 14 points of slam damage, and you are dazed, Odelia. So you only get one hit. So the strength of her blows are just raining down on you. Like it's really a gruesome thing. She clocks you, you impale her. She clocks you again, you impale her leg. Like they're just, the two of you are tearing each other apart. You're shrieking in rage. She's shrieking in panic. You were going to say something?
I said we're duking it out, man.
Yeah, it's ugly. However, she is
Yeah.
also going to use Servants of the Night on you. And she gets a 28 versus reflex.
Yeah.
Odelia, a wolf comes out of the darkness and does 10 points of damage more to you as it bites you and then just kind of moves off into the darkness again like a run-by attack. She's just trying to bring you down. The tent has Thora, so she's trying to bring you down so that she can just take on Enduriel next. But she's looking a little bit panicked. And that is going to be her turn, Enduriel.
Okay. I'm going to use... I can't decide. Yes, I can. I can decide. What am I doing? A weapon of divine protection.
Okay.
This is versus armor class. Versus AC. Okay, that is a 26.
Okay. That is a miss. Did you count Odelia's blessing?
I did not count the blessing. Sorry, 27.
All right, that is a hit.
Oh, son of a gun. That blessing has been so nice.
How many times this time?
It's been so far at least 6 times that I've counted.
All right, that is 17 points of damage.
Okay.
Enemies adjacent to me get +2 defenses till the end of my next turn.
All right, Odelia, remember you have a +2 to defenses, but only until the end of Enduriel's turn.
And then I'm going to use Blade of Nightmares and immobilize her till the end of my next turn.
Okay, that is Enduriel's hit. Thora, let us see. Thora, you didn't make your save last turn, right?
No.
You take 10 points of choking damage.
Okay. As I'm bad at math. Hold on. Got it.
All right, your turn, Thora. You are grabbed, unfortunately, but you still have your turn.
Yeah, and I don't have anything that's got a ton of distance.
There's nothing wrong with spamming Chillwind if you hit her.
It's true. I have kind of a crazy idea.
Do it.
Do it and you're cooler.
Do it, maybe. Unless
okay, I'm going for rule of cool here. Let's go for rule of cool. Thora, like bound up, isn't able to reach the ground with his hands, but he firmly places one foot down on the ground in almost a stomp. And he says, "Fin Hafara, sunder the earth and leave these bodies as new growth." And straight from him, and I counted 10 squares is where she's at. A pit opens up. And I'm thinking, since, Odelia's got her grabbed.
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
Not anymore.
Dang it.
Not as much as you might think.
Unfortunate. A pit opens up.
Did you just channel divinity?
I did.
And he's holding on to the flute, right?
Yes.
So you don't have to make a religion check since you are holding on to the flute. Let me just...
I'm sorry, Odelia and Marokhan. I just know that this will give us an extra turn. It'll give Anduriel an extra turn.
All right, let me just get
all
this.
Good, all good.
All good things.
All righty. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. Thora sunders the earth, and there is a rumbling sound. And Odelia and Madame Desteria and Morocon fall. How many squares?
So it's 2 squares. They're prone, and they can't rise until the end of my next turn.
All right, Odelia, you and Madame Desteria take 7 points of falling damage unless you make an acrobatics check.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. I'm really good at acrobatics.
Marokhan flops in dirt.
Sorry,
Marokhan.
All right, that is more than enough to reduce falling damage to nothing, Odelia. So, Odelia, you start falling as the ground trembles beneath you, but you're too quick, and you push off the side, and flip your Hellfire Lance sideways and use it to drag you down, and you land on top of her. And she hisses as you land on like her ankles or something like that. Unfortunately, you are both rooted to the earth by his divine power. And so neither one of you can move from where you are. Enduriel, Morocon falls in a pit. Thunk, right there. He takes 7 damage. You are there. That's Odelia's turn now.
Sorry, but
Oh, it's a shame about the dragon, though. Real shame.
Or Morocon.
Is it my turn now?
Oh yeah.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay.
She takes, because he channeled divinity and there was divine juggernaut.
Yes.
She takes 3 extra points of damage, and Odelia will get 3 temporary hit points.
Okay. Okay.
Odelia is her anger is unabated by this fall at all, and as she has landed on top of her, even though she can't move. Like, you mean move like movement, right? Like not paralyzed.
Yeah, you can't. You're not paralyzed. You're not helpless. You're immobilized, stuck in your square.
She just takes her lance and drives it down as she casts Crucial Resurgent.
Oh, very nice.
Oh.
And so...
Little resurgence never hurt anybody.
Nope.
I don't know if it helps, but she is prone.
She's very prone, so you have combat advantage and bless.
Okay. Advantage means +4.
Advantage means +2 to attack. That's combat advantage, and +3 because of bless.
Well, that would be a 36.
I think you got her.
Well, now.
I'm gonna say that's a yes.
And that is a... let's see here. Nope. Sorry. One sec. Let me figure that out. That is a 27 damage.
Okay.
Yikers.
That hurts. She
And-
notices that.
And Duriel, you get to spend a healing surge.
All right.
It
Nice.
says each ally, so I don't do a healing surge, right?
No, just your allies.
What do you have to do to trigger a healing surge?
To what?
Is there a way to do a healing surge that's not in a...
Yeah, every character can give up their attack and take a standard action to use Second Wind. It's on your 4th edition help sheet that I sent you guys. If you want to review it later, you can. You have to give up your attack, but you do get to spend a surge, and Second Wind also provides a +2 to all your defenses till the end of your next turn. Because you're giving up your attack so that you can kind of recoup, more or less. And that is Miss Odelia's turn, and now it is her turn.
Morocon's not within 5, is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Not quite, unfortunately. But you are sitting on top of her, and she just, oh man, she hates you. She hates you so much. Let's see if she recharges Dark Deck of Fate, and she does not. So the best she can do is to go for a Vampire Slam and Servant of the Night. And she rolls a 4. Swing. Odelia, she takes a wild swing at you and slams her fist into the earth next to you. And then swings wildly, and then a bat comes down from the ceiling and dives at you for a 27 versus AC.
That does hit.
Odelia, you take 17 points of damage from that bat. It lands right on your neck and starts tearing into you. What are you down to?
18.
Oh wow, you're fine. You're fine. In a pit with a vampire, you're fine. It's not a problem.
Even worse.
Okay. That would be all she can do on her turn. Now it would be Anduriel's turn.
All right. There is not a lot going on. Okay. Why don't we just jump down in this pit?
Okay.
Why not? Why not jump down and
Into flank.
he actually
Definitely flank so you don't invoke attacks of opportunity for me.
She's not really thinking clearly
Yes.
right now. She's in stab mode.
FYI. Stab anything that's close enough.
okay, I was gonna push you out of there with the Leviathan's tooth, but you're so mad and you're doing such a good job. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna go with a vampire attack. Taste of life. That is a 16 on the dice. What is that? A 27 versus fortitude.
So 28
28. Thank
with her
you.
blessing. You hit.
One of these times I'm gonna remember.
That's my job.
Oh, that's not great. 18 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, she doesn't love it. I'll be honest.
And that's just without employing the Leviathan's tooth. That's probably all you're going to get out of me on this round.
Okay, that's Ender. Thora, it is your turn, my friend.
Okay, I'm still in the tent.
You are still in the tent. You take 10 points of damage, Mr. Thora. Did we have you save at the end of your turn?
I don't think we did.
All right, go ahead and save. You may not take 10 points of damage.
12.
All right, you're out. You're free.
Hey.
Now the tent attacks you. And it gets a 28 versus your AC.
That's a yes.
So, Thor, you're like, get off, and you tear away, and then it grabs your ankle. You're like, no, and it pulls you back over. But on the plus side, you got a pretty good view of everybody from 10 squares away.
That's true, and I can't do anything from 10 squares away. So, in a fit of frustration, he's going to use his metal arm, and he's literally just going to try and tear this tent flap apart. Like,
Okay.
I'm going to attack the tent.
All right, Thora, attack the tent. Go ahead and make a melee basic attack against it.
Come on! Why did my dice hate me now? That's a 2. That's
You're
a 14.
losing in battle to a cowhide. Okay, so Thora, you're like, you got away, and then it pulled you back, and you're like, and you swing, and now your whole body's kind of wrapped up in the tent as you swung at it and tried to get stuck. It's Morocon would probably be laughing if he weren't dead, and scared for your life.
And in a pit.
And in a pit. So you will take 10 points of damage unless you make your save at the end of your turn. Go ahead and make a save.
Meh. 17.
All right, you break free. You find your way out. You're like, no, and so hopefully it misses you. This wretched tent that it is. At least you're not taking damage. It could be worse.
True.
That is Thora's violent and vicious turn, unless you want to do something with your minor or your move.
Oh, I still have a move?
You have a move action. You can't move away, but you still have a move action. You can throw something. You can shout something. You can pull out an item. There are certain magic items you can use with a move. A teleport would be lovely right about now.
And you won't have one.
Yeah, thank you for that.
As I check everything.
I can think of something you could do, but I'm not gonna tell you.
As I'm looking.
You're such a team.
Well, what I'm saying is that there is a solution that might present itself if you were to think of it, but I kind of just give it to him.
Yeah, I'm not coming up with anything. Yeah.
All right. Well, think about your powers. Think what you might do to try to get away, but. We will
As
come
I'm
back.
just
All right,
like-
Thora, you're still fighting the tent. We will come back to you. Odelia, it
It's
is.
just gonna bug you until you figure it out.
It may bug him. Yeah.
Yeah, it might bug you.
Yeah. Oh,
It
wild
would certainly
shape.
bug me.
Now, Jerry, I believe that you're trying to give hints,
No, I would never.
and I got to be honest with you, that really bugs me.
I will wild shape.
Oh, you wild
What?
shape, and unfortunately, the tent cannot choke a swarm. So, Thora, you wild shape, and it squishes some of the beetles, but the rest of you goes dripping away from the tent.
Wonderful.
You still have a move.
Well, the save was the end of my turn, so I can't move.
Well, you don't need it now.
Oh, okay.
You swarmed your
see
way
what
out
you're
of its
talking
clutches.
about.
You don't need a save. You can just move.
Uh,
Unless you like this area.
Okay. I really don't. Let's be honest.
You gonna jump down on top of Morocon?
Well, what's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get as close to Odelia outside of the pit as I can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. There you are.
Okay.
And that would bring you to the end of your turn, except for a minor.
No,
wait,
wild
you
shape is a
polymorphed.
minor.
You polymorphed.
Yeah.
My bad. All right. So swing, polymorph, move. That would be the end of your turn.
Yep.
And you did get away from the nasty tent. Alrighty. That would be Thora. Odelia, it's your turn.
Nasty boy.
All right.
tent.
She is just going to continue being a little rage monster and just keep stabbing down.
All right, get her. Big money here. Big money.
You got combat advantage too.
Big money, big money, big money. Natural 19.
Nice.
Oh,
Damage.
Yeah.
So that is 20.
Okay. That is Miss Odelia's turn. Odelia, you slam into her. She swings back at you. And she misses with her vampire slam. She uses Servant of the Night and rolls a 25 versus AC. Or reflex.
hit.
Reflex, my bad.
Still does hit.
Okay, you take 12 points of damage, Odelia, as another bat swings down and latches onto you and bites.
Odelia does not even notice how absolutely wrecked she is.
What are you down to?
6.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my word! It's getting so ugly me. Alrighty, that was her turn. Anduriel, it is your turn. Oh, I need to see if she
Oh.
recharges Dark Deck of Fate, and she does.
Who knows? That's not gonna be good.
It
That's
could be
not
bad.
Great.
What you gonna do, Anduriel?
Well, do I stab or do I bite?
What can do more damage, Anduriel?
Biting.
She looks really badly off, like a couple good hits, maybe one good hit, and down she goes.
Well, let's try Taste of Life. Hopefully death. Oh, that's not high. That's not high as I might need. But we do have combat advantage.
Yes, and bless.
So it's 24 versus fortitude. But with 2, it's 25, 26, and then 1, 27.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. You hit.
Thank goodness for bless. Okay, now I just need to hit her real hard, real good.
Please.
Yes, that's as high as I can get there. That is a 20 points of damage.
Okay, 20 points of damage. And now it would be Mr. Thora's turn. Thora,
Okay.
if somebody pees on her, she's gonna drop. I mean, Anduriel, you swing and grab her by the back of her neck and just use your vampire aura to start draining vitality out of her. And red energy rises up your arm and she starts flopping like this, and then she looks up into Thora's eyes and perhaps sees her doom.
Well, a bunch of buggy boy eyes because he's still a buggy boy. Thora is going to crawl again, we're going to use the mummy to the edge of the pit and just start spilling on top of her, and in doing so I'm going to cast Savage Rend.
That's so gross. Go around.
It is, but it's also wonderful.
Just nasty.
Finally a little bit better. That is it's against reflex though, so I don't know how well this is going to work. 26?
That'll do.
Okay. D8. Oh! That's a little 8 boy. That's a little 8 on the 8.
All right.
For 15 points of damage.
Okay, Thora, you fall down in a pile of scarabs and beetles all over her, and they crawl all over her and gnaw through her arms, and she just drops in front of you into a heaping, nasty, disgusting pile of grossness.
Wonderful.
Ew.
And then, Thora, before your beasts can finish the harvest, she assumes gaseous form, and she becomes mist as she is driven past 0 hit points, and that mist double moves and flows under Odelia's legs and past Anduriel, and you look behind you, and you see that Thora's earth power has opened up a hole into a sewer drain. And her mist, she had a sewer drain underneath her table that was hidden by a rug, and it's exposed now. And her mist goes swarming down, like flying in a cloud, and it goes down the drain. And that, we are 15 minutes over, is where we will end this nasty, nasty fight.
That's a good one.
That was a 3-hour RP session and then a 3-hour fight. So,
man, oh man, oh man.
Okay. Now I will tell you one more thing. As Thora descends upon her, she shouts out something, and I want all of you to make a perception check to see if you are able to figure out what it is she's gurgling out.
21.
That is a natural 20.
20.
Okay. She gasps out, "Evelana, save me!" as your beetles descend upon her, and you're like, wait, what? And then you're reasonably sure with that 20 that you heard her say, "Everana, save me."
Everana.
And then she flows into that sewer drain and goes down. And you are left in silence and the flame of Odelia's Hellfire Lance. And that is where we will end things. And we will pick them up with either in the next round, you running for your lives or following her down the sewer drain, if you so choose to do, or chit-chatting it up with the other Vistana woman who is with you. And
you got to figure out how to break that curse. That's what we got to do.
Yeah. Well, you now have some actual Vistani help. So who knows what will come of that. But anyway, that will be the end of our session for tonight. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you had a good time dueling to the death with a solo in 4th edition. You got your taste of a solo, like dragon level power of monster in 4E. We like to end our stream here on a positive note. Sometimes that positive note is an inspirational quote. Sometimes it is a scripture, and sometimes it is just a happy thought. And I have the happy thought for tonight. So let me go to the finding of it. So my thought is actually a scripture tonight. So I'm going to get a little thing. So if this is not your thing, if you are not a person who wants to hear anything like that, go ahead and stop the presentation right now. No offense, and no offense taken. And thank you for joining us. If you're watching, if you want to stick around, if you're interested to hear what we talk about when I read the scripture, then you are more than welcome to do so. But otherwise, we thank you for watching. So for those of you who are interested, so I am pulling a scripture out of the Book of Mormon. There's a book called Mosiah, where there is an ancient king on the American continent who is giving his last sermon. He's about to die, and he knows he's about to die. In fact, he says when he's up there at this pulpit, he's shaking because his body has lost all of its strength. And anyway, it was interesting because you hear his words, and he said, "And it came to pass that after they had spoken these words, the Spirit of the Lord came upon them, and they were filled with joy, having received a remission of their sins and having peace of conscience, because of the exceeding faith which they had in Jesus Christ, who should come according to the words which King Benjamin had spoken unto them." Now, I could talk about Jesus. I'm happy to do so. I love Jesus, but I want to talk more about one single phrase in the scripture, and that is the phrase that says they were filled with joy, having received a remission of their sins and having peace of conscience. I think whether you're religious or not, we've all had that universal experience of having something weighing on our conscience. I know I have had that happen to me multiple times, and being a person who experiences a lot of anxiety, I think things weigh on my conscience more than they weigh on maybe another person's conscience sometimes. But I can also say that when you make that thing right, whatever it is, that there's peace. And I love that idea. Having peace of conscience can fill you with joy. So the message is, if there is something in your life, whatever it might be, that you need to fix, we talk a lot about loving ourselves for who we are, which is a good and noble thing to do. And we talk about being patient with ourselves, which is also a wonderful thing that a lot of people struggle with. But there's also a time when sometimes you need to make a change and fix something. And so I've done that before in my life, and I have felt peace because of it. And then when I've picked up other old bad habits, that peace goes away, and I want it. I want that peace. So that's the thought for tonight. There are sometimes things that we need to leave behind, and that's okay. And that's my thought. So anyway, other ideas?
I love it. It's easy to sometimes try to fool ourselves into thinking in order to love ourselves, we have to accept everything that we're doing as good. And when we know deep down that maybe our actions aren't what they should be, or we've done something that we shouldn't have, and that peace of conscience, the genuine, authentic peace of conscience, comes from living your life so you can make things right, improve yourself, and understand that it's a process. No one's perfect, but that room for improvement comes from recognizing, man, there's stuff that I can do better, and then working to do it. And I love that message. It's because it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It's great.
Go ahead, John.
No, you first.
I was just going to say, one of my favorite quotes that I think goes along with this so well is from Marjorie Hinckley, who was the wife of the leader of the church from when I was a teenager. And she said, I can't remember the first line of it, but it's something like, everyone, like, all we can do is our best. But she said, my best may not be as good as your best, but it's my best. She said, the fact of the matter is, when we're doing our level best, we experience peace. And so, we don't have to measure ourselves against somebody else. We don't have to look around and worry about how we're doing compared to other people. We just do the best for us. And that, I think, is where having a relationship with God is so helpful, because then instead of looking around to see what we're supposed to be doing, we can look up to God and ask him to help us understand where we're at and what we need to work on.
I love that.
From kind of a similar but different perspective, oh, my brain just stopped. There's that great quote that not everybody agrees with, but I think is prudent because I think it applies in everything, which is love is work. Love is hard. And loving yourself is the hardest thing in the entire world because you know all the dark corners in your own little mind. And it's the journey, right? So if you feel guilty, if you feel like you've made a mistake, if you feel like you've hurt someone, take the steps. Worst case scenario, you broke somebody's leg by accident. Let's use that. Well, your first step is to apologize. Your second step is to help if they need help. And your third step is to accept that you made a mistake.
And don't go breaking people's legs anymore, dude.
Exactly. If a problem presents itself, you take the steps to find the solution. And sometimes the steps are as simple as, man, I messed up. I'm sorry. So never forget the power of just making sure that you make the steps.
I love it.
Don't take the stairs. Take one at a time.
You know what I love the most that you said, John, is you said you can't escape the dark corners of your own mind, right? And I think that I have a dumb brother, which doesn't sound like a very Christian thing to say, but we're having this is a truth speaking moment, and it's really sad because I've watched a lot of the same mistakes made. He said to me, you know, the nights are the worst. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, the nights are the worst because you can't get away from your own thoughts. Right. Yeah. And unfortunately, those whispers in the night, you know, the dark corners of your mind are always there. I can't say that I've been in my life a lot of the time where the dark corners of my mind were free, you know, like that there was nothing lurking in the dark corners of my mind. But the times when I've been able to get there, it's a pretty sweet place to occupy. I don't know how the rest of you feel. I don't think you can put a price on peace. Yeah. So JT, you're muted. Just FYI, you had made a comment or a noise.
Nope, no comment. Just general agreements.
Yeah, legitimately, it took me 10 years. Like, I'm 28. It took me from 18 to 28 to go like, all right, let's look at the darkest recesses of my mind and see what is actually wrong. It's not an easy journey, but if you take it step by step, you can find that, hey, that John in the back of my head that keeps his eyes closed and has horns, he's bad, sure, but he's part of me, and I have to accept that.
Yeah, and I think
otherwise
except
you're
for
always
Twitter,
at odds with yourself.
And I agree. And I think except for Twitter, most people can accept their conscience and use it. I don't know. It seems to evaporate on Twitter. don't ask me why. But anyway, that is our thought for the evening. And thank you everyone for joining us. And thank you guys for sharing your thoughts, and have a wonderful evening. And thanks for being with us. Bye-bye.